Midnight music. 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 Midnight music.
Like her brother's getting married in June.
I'm okay. What do you expect from a wedding ring? Like, what kind of wedding ring would you want?
Like my engagement ring?
Yeah, your engagement ring.
So
Do you have the cut figured out and everything?
I can actually send a picture in the group chat.
Go for it. Yeah, throw it in the Discord.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a whole Pinterest board.
I'm not surprised by this at all.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
I bet you do. I bet
course
someone
I
else
do.
has a Pinterest board too.
Hello, Frats.
I have had. Hi, Mr. Fretz. I'm
Frets,
not
we're talking hypothetical.
Yeah,
engagement rings here,
pump the
Frets.
brakes, Frats. Pump the brakes. Hypothetical here.
like if my partner were to propose, what would I want? And I happen to know the answer to that.
Again, not surprised.
So I don't want like a diamond ring, like a diamond like period. Like I specifically want a black engagement ring.
Like onyx?
Like onyx, or like black tourmaline, or like
Onyx is a good one because with onyx, it's one of the only stones they haven't figured out how to replicate. So it'd be authentic, like a real onyx stone.
Oh, I'm straight doing lab grown diamonds. You can get a much bigger diamond for like a fraction of the cost.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, lab grown diamonds are the shit. They look gorgeous.
Oh, lab grown.
I don't want like a real I've never cared about like a real diamond. Like not my thing. So I said it in the group chat. Like
I would just say do what stone that you feel like would be good for you. So.
Like
it looks like a Kingdom Hearts item.
Like I love like the coffin shape.
Yes.
There's another one. Like I love a coffin shape, but I know like the wedding band. We've talked about this already. We want like the Lord of the Rings ring, like with the
Me too.
Yeah.
You can actually get one like a real one for
And
like
you can get a
custom made for a few $1,000s. Like realistically, that's probably what I'm gonna do for my wedding ring. I could just also get like a $10 one.
I have a replica.
But I would want a legit one. I don't know if I want to do I guess I gotta do the engraving.
Wow, the coffin cut, Kay? Of course you would.
Isn't that sick?
That's so you, a coffin cut, because you're killing it. Get it.
Although it would be cool. It would be cool if you could do like your names in Elvish as the engraving. You could customize the engraving.
That'd be dope.
So
In
I
Elvish,
also
that's
found
what I would do if I could do
I also found it's on my Pinterest because I have it like broken down.
Yeah.
So I have in Elvish, it's like the one ring to rule them all, but it's adapted for like a wedding purpose. So it says one ring to show our love, one ring to bind us, one ring to seal our love, and forever to entwine us.
Oh, that's awesome.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. That's really cool.
So I dropped the Elvish in the chat as well. So I figured I would want something like that.
You'd put that on the ring?
So like for not the engagement ring, like my band, like I
Yeah.
just want like a fucking like a silver band with the engraving around it.
That's okay. Did you see my birthday cake that Jazz made me?
Yes, it's
The
sick.
one ring cake. I almost didn't want to eat it. Oh yeah, eat the shit out of it. It was delicious.
What kind of cake was it again?
It was chocolate cake with like Oreo and blue frosting in the middle.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Jazz bakes.
Yeah, oh yeah, she's an amazing baker. And I don't know how she did the writing, but it did.
Pause, my bad.
did
Hello,
it.
Taquan.
Hi, Taquan. I missed you. Also, I need you to know.
I
you
already
saying
grabbed
that
tissues and moved.
Can I just say that you saying I carry the show got me through a very crappy work week. So thank you.
I will tell you.
This feels great, guys. The band's back together. It's gonna be a phenomenal
I will
show.
tell
I'm
you.
very excited.
Yeah, I will tell you this, Taquan. Your comments have delayed your appearance on this show for a considerable amount of time.
Why? What
Since you
happened
want to
last
talk
week?
all that shit. Oh, Taquan was like, because I went on a whole, like, if you watch the video, I put both of your, like, milk carton pictures up. I was like, Will's not here, Kay's not here, it's just me! And Taquan's like, you're not really all that hot, Kay's the real one that carries the show. And I was like, fuck you, Taquan.
That's funny. We had a guest last week.
Yeah, we had Taylor. Taylor was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Taylor was absolutely awesome. Her stories, because she's a CO in a jail in one of the only mental health like related prisons in Wisconsin. So she had some stories. So it was good.
Oh, I'm sure.
She's also a big Mox fan, so she was good. She has a good commentary. She actually has appeared on one of Nate's shows back in the day.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, that reminds me. I bought AEW tickets yesterday.
Oh, congratulations! To what show?
So we're going to Dynamite next week?
Is it at UBS?
Are they in Newark?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It's in UBS?
Yes, it is.
Oh, very nice. Have a good time. I totally forgot that. I've been so focused on WrestleMania, like I totally forgot AEW was
Same.
a thing.
I almost forgot about it because I've been very much like prioritizing like getting back into my Broadway shit. So like I went to Chicago for Valentine's Day. I went to Moulin Rouge yesterday. I already want to see what I want to go to next. But I remembered AEW's coming out, so I'm like, let me just sneak in a little quick AEW trip in between everything. Tickets were $40.
I'm not surprised by that.
It was so cheap. What section am I in? The seats are good. It's similar, Ricky, to where we sat when we went.
Before my hookup got us into the suite.
Yes, that day.
Yeah.
I'm so mad I wasn't at that show.
You had your opportunity, sir.
I did. I'm not playing anyone but myself, but don't get me wrong. I take full responsibility for this one, but still.
Yeah, we are in section 108.
Oh, no, you're in a better section. 108's great because you're going to be lower.
Yeah, it's lower, and it's just directly across from
I know
the ring and the entrance.
I know exactly where you're sitting.
Let me tell you, Ricky, I won't make that mistake next year for WrestleMania.
No, you won't. I already got it.
We'll be sitting at least on the floor.
Because we can drive there, so it won't be an issue.
Dude, you know what, Ricky?
I can't wait
honestly,
for Mania.
depending on what my wallet looks like, I might get to sit ringside. Let's just fucking sit ringside.
Go balls to the walls.
Dude, like, we can just drive down Saturday. You know what? I'll drive there and back again both nights and save up in a hotel and shit.
How the fuck are you going to afford ringside WrestleMania tickets?
I mean...
In Philly, man. I don't pay for a flight, that's how.
It's also very true. So one reason I'm not going to LA.
Like, I'm going to LA in September for a wedding, and
that flight's
are
a bitch.
Not cheap.
Yeah.
How much is the flight?
I haven't looked in a few weeks. Yeah. Like, I guess I just got to save the date. I haven't gotten an actual invite yet, so I don't know like what they'll do at the hotel is yet.
Gotcha.
Like, I'm waiting for more information so I can book a flight.
I literally got a text message or a message today from my friend who used to work at the bars with, who has a connection to WWE. I won't say what, but I'll message you guys in the chat about it. And she's like, "Hey, are you going to be in LA for WrestleMania?" And I'm like, "No, don't remind me."
You're not telling me this. Yeah. You're like it should be. You should be like, it sounds like it. That's what you should have said. I guess I am now. What do you got?
Yeah, right. No, because she's like, "Oh, I wanted to meet up," and you'll know why when I message you guys. Let's
get some inside chaos. I'm looking at this Elvish ring thing. I think I should do the same thing on my band. That's fucking
do
incredible.
it.
That's gorgeous. I love that idea so much.
I have wanted the One Ring to be my wedding ring since I'm 11 years old.
And forever entwine us. That's just so adorable. I'm gonna save that
Isn't
image
it?
too. It really is. I'm gonna save that.
Like, I feel like when I get married,
Check your message.
Oh.
Yeah.
good for them.
That's why I'm not telling anybody on the stream right now.
What's
Also,
it
speaking of
called?
One Ring, I have the One Ring replica I'm wearing right now.
Mine is hanging in my kitchen.
It's really great. Oh, welcome, Deal. Yeah, we don't know how LA Knight is not on the Mania card, but he will be in that Andre the Giant Battle
he's
Royal.
in the Andre the Giant. Poor Bobby Lashley.
Yeah,
which
it's like poor LA Knight. I get it, but like, why don't you just do LA Knight and Bobby? That sounds amazing.
That would be fine.
Don't do anything for no reason.
True. I also would have loved LA Knight hosting WrestleMania this year.
Him and The Miz would have been funny.
LA and LA would have been so good.
LA and LA.
Like,
yeah.
What's his name? What of his name could have been like, we have a host from Raw, we have a host from SmackDown. Miz, you're with LA
Knight. Yeah.
That's Adam Pearce.
Adam
Pearce.
Pearce.
That would have been enough. Those two together would have been really funny.
I can't wait till Adam Pearce snaps on Chelsea Green.
Oh, he's gonna hit her.
That's what it's gonna happen. He's gonna lose it, and now that like Sonya's around too, it's fucking nuts. I love it, but I am upset. I almost had a chance. My friend hit me up. I had a chance to go to
Grab
opening.
a little drink.
I had a chance to go to opening day tomorrow at Yankee Stadium, but I was like,
baseball?
I can't. Yeah, I can't shake it, and now I'm kind of mad. Will, you know why?
Why?
You didn't see the news. Well, number one, they gave Volpe Brett Gardner's old number. They gave Volpe 11.
I did see that. Don't like that. I would have preferred 77.
Yeah, because I loved Brett Gardner. But
I did too.
Number two, you know who's throwing out the first pitch tomorrow at Yankee Stadium?
The ghost of Yogi Berra.
No. Oh, potentially better. Mariano Rivera. Big Mo's gonna be there.
I hope he throws a cutter. I hope he throws a 93-mile-per-hour cutter.
It just walks off.
Like the wind up and everything, dude. The stare, like all of it.
He needs to come out in a full jersey from the bullpen.
It's like his daughter's catching it too, and she falls over. And she catches it and falls over.
Well, no, his daughter I think is out of college now or something like that. Because
yeah, he's up there. He's up there in age, so that would make sense.
well, yeah, no, I had a friend who knew somebody who was friends with Mariano Rivera's like daughter because she went to Quinnipiac.
Yeah, we're gonna go. Actually, Ricky, you might want to join us. We're going to a Mets game, either Monday, April 10th, or Tuesday the 11th. It's like Scherzer or Verlander's pitching either one of those 2 days.
Whoever doesn't get hurt before that.
And they're playing exactly, and they're playing the Padres. So depending who the Padres pitcher is, we're gonna go to that game. So if you want to come with us,
Wow,
that Monday or Tuesday, City Field.
Wait, can I come to the Tuesday one?
Sure, Kay. You want to come with me and all my homies, all my boyfriends?
Yeah.
I'll see if I can get off of work and all that hot shit.
What time and what date?
It's a Tuesday.
Game's probably at 7, Monday the 10th and Tuesday the 11th
Of April?
of April.
Yeah.
I'll let you, because as we get closer, we're going to see the pitching matchups, and then...
I'm off on Tuesdays.
Speaking of which, have you played Wrestle yet, Will?
No, I'm not going to get the show.
You should. It's so... because I have Game Pass, so I just get it for free. It's...
I'm aware I should.
Yeah. It's so smooth. It's so much more smooth than last year.
I had to play on the Switch, though.
Also, Rodon's rated like a 93. Which is kind of nuts. He's like he's the Yankees' highest rated pitcher.
Dude, they put a lot of 99s in that game. I was like, there's too many 99. Goldschmidt's 99, Judge's 99, Otani's a 99, DeGrom's 99.
Well,
I think like Soto's a 99. No, Trout's 99. That's all.
But they also in what's the not Diamond Dynasty? What's the other mode?
Road to the Show?
No, it's Diamond Mode. It is Diamond Dynasty. In Diamond Dynasty,
With all the cards?
they were releasing 99s from the jump now.
Yeah.
So you don't have to build to 99s. But what's interesting that they added this year, they added a whole mode for, about the history of the Negro Leagues.
Oh, dude.
They didn't mention it until like it came out. They're like, oh yeah, by the way, we added this Negro Leagues mode. And you can play as the old Negro Leagues players and learn about.
I knew all the players were in the game, like not Ruben, the fat guy, Rube Foster.
Yeah.
Satchel Paige is in there.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Robinson on the Monarchs is probably going to be in there.
Yeah, they gave
there's
they gave him a whole mode.
yeah. They didn't know they gave him a whole mode.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, they gave him a whole mode.
I might have to buy this for that though, because dude, playing against Negro League sounds so much fun.
Yeah.
So much athleticism.
Yeah, it was another thing that's crazy. So I don't know how you do when you feel. Do you do like you just hit the button and it throws it for you?
Yeah, there's a button in the meter. Yeah.
Oh, so all right. So,
everything is metered when I play that game.
okay, all right. So the meter button on throws moves if you're moving, so it becomes more difficult. It becomes more difficult to get into the green.
Interesting.
It's a green, and then there's a yellow where like you'll be on target, but you'll be a little off, and then there's red where it's like it's going to be an error.
Yeah, no, that's one thing about fielding. Because I play shortstop in my road to the show, and I have a lot of throwing errors because it's hard to get it in the green sometimes. I guess my fielding's low.
Yeah, so no,
I'm a bad player.
Yeah, so like if you're running, if you're not at like a stationary position and you're like running towards the ball, that meter will move when you hit the thing icon. So it becomes a different. Oh, Charles is here. Hey, Charles.
Hi, Charles.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys know, but we are in for.
Yeah, is the pitch clock in the game? That's a good question.
The pitch clock is not there.
Thank God.
Pitch clock is not there. I haven't seen any options that say pitch clock at all. So the pitch clock is not there. And you can also turn off the extra runner in overtime.
Yeah, you can turn that one. You can turn off on the last one. You can probably turn the shift on too if you want to put the shifts back.
They do. You can turn I think you can turn the shift off, but it's fun.
I wonder if the bases are bigger in the game.
You can't tell.
I know you can't tell. It's just coding.
Yeah,
it's just coding, right?
Yeah, you can't tell, but it's going to be a pretty long show tonight and everything.
And we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we're covering all of WrestleMania. We're not covering XPW if you were wondering. So let's not do that.
Shit.
Did you hear about that real quick before we actually go live?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Good, you don't want to. But I'll tell you anyway, since it's not going to be actually part of a show. So XPW is like this completely like far-right renegade indie promotion. Like they have a wrestler whose name is like Super MAGA.
Indie wrestler goes viral after shoving needle through his opponent's exposed junk.
Yeah, there's a video of it too. It was a death match.
Okay.
Yeah, that happened.
XPW.
That happened. Trust me, you don't want to see the video.
No, I don't. You're right. You're very right there. I don't want to see that video.
Yeah, it's scarring. He no-sold it.
Savage.
Yeah. It was pretty crazy.
What does the X stand for?
I don't know. It's weird. It's
extreme.
How original, right?
Yeah, right.
Has any of you guys watched the 24 on Mania 38?
I haven't.
Do you think I watch 24s?
I was asking the general public, but yeah.
I want to. I'm probably gonna watch it tonight.
I didn't know it was out, if we're being totally honest.
Oh yeah.
I had to get caught up. Oh, it's called Baptized in Blood 2. What? Sorry, I'm on XPW's website.
You decided to open that can of worms.
Or Christy Mist Exposed. It's pictures. This is her ass for $10.
Ew.
Nice.
Oh, Fred, you're covering all the other stuff around Mania, Impact, Japan, Joey Janela's. How is Joey Janela still doing a spring break?
Good for him.
He's not on AEW.
He barely lasted a year, if that.
How much are the tickets going for? Okay. XPW Wrestling prevents California 2. $55? Damn.
That's more than my AEW tickets were with fees.
$75 for ringside.
Fred, you also have to realize we don't have the network anymore in the States, so you can't tell us it's on the network.
Dude, you can say the cock.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the network.
I still
today.
hate Peacock.
It's gotten better.
I've adapted, but like
as a service, it's gotten better.
Yeah.
Like overall, with more content, there's actually some content worth watching on there now. But the WWE section is just so fucking lazy, dude.
Yeah.
They added one of my my favorite movies from middle school. That's like a random ass movie that is never been on streaming anywhere else.
What's that?
Grind.
Really?
I love that movie so much.
All right. Okay.
I was a little skateboard kid in middle school. All my friends in middle school were the skateboard kids. Like,
True.
that was my...
Oh, I can't wait till Easter. I'm gonna send you guys the funniest Easter TikTok video ever. I've been holding out on it, but I will send it to you guys.
Hurry before it gets banned.
No, this one won't get banned. This one's just really funny.
How do you
I mean,
already
the
have an
platform.
Easter TikTok?
The platform won't get
prep?
banned. Huh?
How do you already have an
I
Easter
stumbled upon
TikTok?
something, and it just became like really. I found it like the funniest thing, and I was like, I need to hold out until Easter to just send this to people who are going to find it absolutely funny.
Amazing.
Easter is
All right.
my watch sound of music day.
Oh, 10 Commandments for me. Straight up.
I used to watch...
just turn on my Xbox and play something. I don't know. I have no traditions on Easter.
I love Moses.
I've
love
seen
Moses.
10 Commandments so many times, but
I can't support Charlton Heston. Fuck him.
Why? What's wrong with Charleston Heston?
There's a lot.
He was a Scientologist. There's a lot.
There's a
wrong with
lot wrong with
Heston.
Charleston Heston.
Yeah, he was not a good person.
No,
but
he was
God damn it.
So
not at
I
all.
remember Easter weekend when I was a kid on like ABC. The night before Easter was 10 Commandments, and then Easter Sunday, The Sound of Music would play.
My God.
That is true. They do this
So
for
I
whatever reason.
watched-
Nothing says Easter like freeing the Jews in Nazi Germany. Am I right?
I watched The Sound of Music every Easter. That's my Easter movie.
It's also because it's Passover. So
No, they don't always.
Not always.
They
They
don't always
overlap.
coincide with each other. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, for
They're
fuck's
also
sake.
two different religions.
I know that, but I figured they play a lot of Jews on Jews about on movies about Jews. For fuck's sake, he's me.
Movies about Judaism.
movies about
There you
Judaism
go.
on around.
They
Easter,
weren't Jewish in The Sound of Music.
which is fun. No, but it takes place in like World War II. Aren't they escaping Germany? Aren't they trying to escape
No.
Nazis?
It was so the Germans were trying to overtake Austria. So the von
That's right.
Trapp family.
That's right. They're in Austria, and they're trying to leave
So, like,
Austria.
The Nazis are trying to pressure Captain von Trapp to like join them, and
Right.
he's like, nah.
And they're
so
dipping.
they dip because they're gonna arrest him if he doesn't go with them. So they dip in the middle of the night.
Frets, you're saying AEW All Access show debuts tonight?
Oh,
I don't care. I
I do.
if
I love me a good reality program.
if I will only watch it if the first episode is the backstage fight.
Oh yeah. I want to see
There's-
Kenny Omega punch that dog.
I want to see somebody get bitten because didn't somebody bite like somebody else?
Yeah, someone got bit
Yeah,
allegedly.
I want to see all
There's
of
a
that.
dog involved.
What's up, Mr. YLP? Thanks for joining in.
Hi.
Happy Mania.
Because I saw it on Mick Foley's like Facebook. He posted a whole review about how good the show is.
What, AEW All Access?
Yeah, Mick Foley got like an access preview to AEW All Access, and he mentioned specifically like we'll see a lot of like Adam Cole and Britt Baker.
Oh God!
They-
Wow.
well, like
They're probably the
I
only
guess they're gonna-
sane people in that locker room. That's probably
well,
why.
probably one of the probably the story arcs they're going to focus on is because the Young Bucks are on it. Like,
Oh.
this isn't like Total Bellas or Total Divas where it's just like the girls. Like, the Young Bucks are apparently supposed to be on it. Like, so I think they are going to touch on the backstage fight. They touch
No,
on.
I want to
Adam
see the
Cole.
fucking footage. I don't care about talking about it. I want to see the footage.
I don't believe there's footage.
Yeah, right.
Well, they
It's gotta be
fucked
footage
up.
somewhere.
Like they fucked up.
I hope one episode of this show is just an AEW heels meeting.
It's just Brandy in a room by herself.
Is Brandy still with
No,
them or
no. She's not with the company. No,
No,
she left.
no.
She left with Cody.
Remember,
Does-
remember
does
AEW
heel-
heels pay $50 a year to like.
Does that exist?
It's AW Heels. I believe is still a thing.
Do we know any women that have signed up for it?
No, because all the women on wrestling Twitter were like, "This is bullshit," and
Because it is bullshit.
didn't do it. You know. Let's see. That's true, Mr. Y people. You aren't seeing them throw hands in the first episode of All Access, and I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it. And also, I think I read a quote that John Moxley talked about how ridiculous the backstage is at AEW.
Do you mean the fight or in general?
In general.
Like back
In general.
I'm
Pants
sure.
was running it. God damn it.
Wait.
All right, we want to get started?
Yeah, we're ready to
Yeah.
get started because this is gonna be long. This is gonna be a long episode.
Yeah.
So
So go until midnight, baby.
we're not gonna go that long, but we'll see what happens. Ready when you are.
I'm rolling. I am rolling. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, sorry, wrong one.
Yeah, come on, get it together. There it is.
Midnight music.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, ladies and gentlemen, we've made it. It is our biggest show of the year. We're going to cover everything you need to know about WrestleMania weekend, from WrestleCon to the actual WrestleMania show, and sprinkle a little bit of NXT Stand and Deliver in between. The only thing we won't be covering is XPW because that shit's gross. So sit back, relax. It's going to be a really long show, but it's going to be a fun one because the band is back together. King Ricky, Willie T, and K Murphy for episode 334, our WrestleMania Hollywood preview show, exclusively on Wrestle Addict Radio, and it starts right now.
Midnight music.
It feels so nice for all you guys to be back.
It is. It is nice.
It's nice.
We have the band back together. It's
Yeah,
fun.
it's nice.
This
It's
will be
great.
good. Kay, don't cry. All right, promise.
Please don't cry.
I'm back.
Actually, you know what? I take
had
your
to be a
mind.
little
Kay,
late.
start
Yeah,
crying.
just cause. Yeah, one time for everything.
Well, let's see if anything makes me cry
Yeah,
today.
we'll find out. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to King's Rings Podcast, episode number 334, our WrestleMania Hollywood preview show. Of course, I am your host, King Ricky Rose, and fortunately for me, Kay's back. Unfortunately for me, Will is also back. So the band is back together, and we're going to talk about it. But Will, I just found out that you are an avid Homo sapien. How do you feel about that? Or Homo sapien, actually. How do you feel about that?
Oh, Homo sapien, like the wrestler.
You're an Homo
Omos?
sapien. That's the thing now. Yes, people are Homo sapiens.
You know what?
Ew.
He's an almost sapien. He's evolved past being a sapien. He's just too big. So how do I feel about it? You know what? I'm kind of turned on.
I will tell you. I have to send you.
I hope you missed my
I
crudeness.
will tell you, Will, before we move on. Okay, I have to send you a TikTok account called Vince Talk. It's a.
Oh yes. You don't have to send it. I'm gonna look it up
All
right
right,
now.
never mind. Continue. Kay Murphy, how are you? Welcome back, Kay.
Vince talk.
Hi, everyone. I have adrenaline in my soul. Something.
Cody Rhodes.
I don't think that's my WrestleMania energy, but A for effort. I'm back. My hair's a new color. A lot has changed. Been going to a bunch of Broadway
Yeah, you have.
stuff. Been sleeping. Yeah, I went to Moulin Rouge last.
Homo sapien.
Almost is a bum.
Almost is such a bum, dude. I totally agree.
I'm telling you, Brock's gonna make that man.
That my mom, you know how they're trying to. This is how I know they're trying to make almost popular. My mom likes to text me when she sees people, pretty much anyone gay or anyone that wrestles, like on her TV
She's trying to
shows.
connect with you.
It's really sweet. So she texts me the other day and she goes, "Omos is on my show," and I go, "What? Why is Omos on your show?"
What show was she watching?
I don't know. I have to do some research, but it had to have been some talk show.
He did an interview with someone the other day. I forget who it
Yeah.
was. I don't know if it was for WWE or Peacock or it was an Air Hawani thing, but he was actually talking and being charismatic. I was like, oh, you actually are somebody.
You know, he
There's a person in there.
I've
somewhere.
seen him on the bump. I mean, they use MVP because MVP's a better mouthpiece. I'll give you that. Who the hell's Draco Malfoy? Anywho, in our chat. But no, he does have a character and stuff, but he just plays kind of this one-dimensional big man.
Yeah, he's boring. He's got nothing going for him other than the fact that
Yeah.
he makes Brock Lesnar look like a normal sized human.
It is kind of scary how much he makes Brock Lesnar look normal.
Yeah,
He's what,
it is.
7 feet tall?
7'4".
7'3" or
7'3",
something.
7'4".
7'4" and 400 pounds.
And he's from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Like Jesus Christ, what do they eat
I mean,
over
like,
there?
the Nigerian Giant is a great name for, like, a wrestler. Like, it's
That is a good
good.
name.
It works. It works for now.
I wouldn't want to be that big.
No one wants to be that big. It just kind of happens.
Yeah, I don't think he has any control over
No,
that.
he doesn't. That's just genetics, or maybe even I forgot what the gland is.
Yeah, the illness.
I don't think he has Giant's disease. I think it just might be just that damn tall. It happens.
Could be.
It happens. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about everything leading into WrestleMania weekend, because WrestleMania weekend is up front in front of us. If you haven't known, if you haven't watched Raw, Corey Graves and Michael Cole mentioned that LA traffic is a bitch, so get that. So make your plans like an hour in advance. Apparently, LA traffic is a bitch. I wouldn't know, but from what I've heard, sounds like it's horrible. So first,
I saw on TikTok that like the Taylor Swift fans that also like wrestling because Taylor Swift did the I think LA shows already, so they literally did like it took apparently like 6 hours to get to the Taylor Swift
at
concert.
SoFi.
I think so. I think that's where she played. But with the LA traffic, it took like hours upon hours to get there. So they were saying like to whatever WWE fans are going, like you have to leave like early.
Which makes me so glad that I'm actually not going this year, because the last thing I want to do is be on essentially my vacation for a year and then sit in fucking traffic.
traffic.
Yeah. I can do this at home.
When they announced that it was going to be in LA, like, while it would be fun, but like realistically, that sounds stressful as fuck.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe.
it's
This is boring.
It would be more expensive than other manias because it's in
Yeah.
LA.
Yeah. Oh,
Plus,
yeah.
like the traffic, like.
I mean, I was going to use it as a chance to go to Avengers Campus and get my fucking lightsaber that I've been trying to get for years.
Oh yeah.
Like, that was...
He's still butthurt about his lightsaber.
Listen, I'm really pissed off about the pandemic because of that. It ruined my ultimate, like, vacation. It was literally Disney and WrestleMania in the same fucking week.
Oh, I'm literally already starting to look into when I can go to Disney and build a lightsaber.
Oh yeah, no. I have a friend of mine whose wedding I was in actually. He did go to Disney and he brought his lightsaber over to me and I was like, you fucking bastard. It's a great like real hefty replica, so it's worth it. I was gonna drop crazy amounts of money, but no, I'm glad we're not going to LA. Although I've seen a little bit of clips of them building the stage because they can't hide it, but that stage looks fucking ridiculous.
I don't want to see anything until the show opens.
Yeah, I mean they're probably gonna do I will tell you this. They're probably gonna do a stage reveal.
Yeah,
They're gonna do a stage reveal video.
Bleacher Report.
I can make
Bleacher
sure I don't.
Report's
I can
gonna
make sure I
play
don't
it.
Yeah.
see it.
Oh, Mr. YLP.
MJF is correct.
Mr. YLP. MJF is correct. Long Island is the most magical place in the world.
I can't wait to see him. Oh my god, I can't wait.
It's gonna be great.
Literally going to. So I'm going to Dynamite next week at the magical UBS Arena in the most magical place. And I just going to an AEW show on Long Island to see MJF just hits so different.
Yeah, no,
I
he
can't
got the
explain
hero's
it.
welcome when we went.
Last time we went too, it was bonkers.
Yeah.
The biggest pops of the night were MJF and Hook.
Yeah, that was weird.
Of course. Of course, Hook.
Yeah. Hold on. My friend's like, oh, I just got to show and watch your stream. Where at? I was like, I post this every freaking week, guys. Come on. But no, we're going to get into that's the only AEW stuff that we are going to talk about. But now we need to get into a really, really long part of the show, which is everything revolving WrestleMania. Before we get into that, obviously, if you like what you see or listen to, please like, share, subscribe, buy some of our fantastic merch. We're going to put up probably, as I'm going to work with Kay, we're going to put up the Protect Trans Live shirts again at the request of Kay. So we're going to put that back up on our shop. The links all of that are in the description below. But let's get into WrestleMania. The first thing you're going to want to talk about WrestleMania, and it's probably the biggest change from WrestleMania's past that I've looked into, is the concept of the WrestleMania Superstore, because unfortunately, Access is no more. They have
Really?
totally gone they've
Yeah.
totally gone away from the Access concept, and we're doing kind of more of a concept that they did last year at Mania, which was like it's the superstore with Access like things, and you kind of pay to go to different stuff. Like the Undertaker had his own exhibit. The Undertaker exhibit was actually fucking amazing, because you saw all the coffins they use, all of his gear that he's worn, all the different sets that they use for Taker, which was pretty cool. So this is kind of the idea. It's essentially the Superstore, which if anybody's ever been to the WrestleMania Superstore during WrestleMania week, it is essentially WWE shop in real life. And it's
So they just combined Access in the store and just making you pay for
well,
everything.
no, it's free to go into it.
Right.
It's free to go in, and then you'll go. There's probably going to bunch of different like free sets and stuff you can take photos on. They're gonna have the gaming lounge where you can play 2K23, which they had last year, which is a
That's really
massive
smart.
hit.
That's really
Yeah.
smart.
A massive hit, and they're going to have all the merch. There are going to be superstar appearances by their company Fitterman Sports. All of the schedules of the superstars are going to be online. So that's kind of a thing. It's going to be at the LA Convention Center from Thursday, March 30th to Monday, April 3rd. I think it opens up at like 9 each day, and it closes at midnight. So it's going to be, yeah.
Damn.
Well, you think about it, it's LA, it's going to be a lot of people back and forth. So, and the fact that it's free admission and you're not going to have to, pay for a session, it's kind of it's a blessing in disguise. It worked perfect last year because when I went, we didn't have to worry about, we have to make it here by like 7:30 to get in on time. You literally just walk in. So the traffic isn't as bad. Around the slope.
They're making more money with this somehow.
Yeah, they are.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Probably making a shit ton more money doing it this way.
You usually know why more people can go, and so like
More people can go.
and like people don't like sessions don't sell out. And so since you're not,
I know. I really like the Access model. Access was.
I love
dope.
the Access model.
Access was so much
I
fun.
love the Access model because like it was like you pay for one session and you can go nuts, like get all the autographs, all the photos, and merchandise.
It
is
was
on
way
you.
less crowded. It was crowded still. Like you had to wait in line for things. It was less crowded.
Yeah, but I think with this model, it's like you're not spending money on the actual admission, which means you can technically spend a little bit more on other shit. I think that's the idea.
That's part of the
It was well
idea.
spread out last year. There's a lot of good merch that I saw. Like, I love the black and gold colors that they're doing for LA, which is pretty fucking awesome.
Their branding is spot on
Yeah.
for this. Their branding
Yeah.
and marketing for this WrestleMania has been outstanding. It's been so good.
Yeah, it's...
That Goodfellas movie was that Goodfellas thing.
Oh, the
was
Bloodfellas,
really
yeah.
Yeah, the Bloodfellas.
I haven't seen any of them yet, so I have to like go and watch them.
All right, so...
Dude, Kay, the Montez Ford and Bianca Belair Titanic was
Montez
really
and Bianca do Titanic. Becky and Seth do Joker.
Like on the
Yes,
steps?
on the steps.
Yep.
Miz and
That's
Miz
on
and
the
Maurice
steps.
do Top Gun.
That was pretty good too.
Rhea Ripley does Stranger Things.
Is that what
Yeah,
that was?
Stranger Things. She's 11.
Ooh.
Yeah. Rhea Ripley does Stranger
I love
Things,
Stranger
and then
Things.
the Bloodline did Goodfellas.
Smart.
They're all really good.
Where are these on YouTube?
Yeah, you can find them on
Probably.
YouTube. Any of WWE's social media. But anywho, the LA Convention Center is going to be holding the WrestleMania Superstore in West Hall A, so get there when you can. Let's move on to, if not WrestleMania Superstore, there's also WrestleCon. WrestleCon is essentially everything the Superstar is, just not as organized and with a lot more superstars. WrestleCon is for everybody who's pretty much not contracted with WWE and or they're a legend with WWE, like Trish and Lita are going to be there. And essentially, everybody has their own booth, and you can show up to the booth and get autographs or pictures, a combination of both. Pricing is going to be varied by the superstar who is there or the talent that is there. So there is a list online that I think WrestleCon produced, and the list of WrestleCon people is a lot. There is a lot of people, and I'll see if I can run through some of them for you. Ones off the top of my head that I know were very, very interesting. First and foremost, the wrestler formerly known as Naomi is
What's she
going to
go by
be
now?
well, her real name Trinity.
Trinity's. I heard
Trinity
she.
Fatu.
I heard she put in a trademark for Trinity Star.
Interesting.
I mean, Trinity is a phenomenal name.
Yeah,
It's a great name.
yeah. So Trinity, Nia Jax is also going to be there. Lena Finney.
I love how she just never came back after
It's a
Rumble.
one-off. She wanted a one-off, which is fine. I'm okay with that
Yeah, me too.
because it's better. It's better than
Yeah.
how she got released. You
Yes.
know, I think she wanted to kind of end things on her own terms, and she did. She got a great pop.
By getting buried.
She didn't get buried. It took the.
She got buried and her music didn't hit on time.
Well, no, that was the backstage as well.
That sucks.
She didn't. I don't think she got buried, but I think like that's what you're supposed to do to a big person. You're supposed to have everybody in the ring take that person out, which is what happened.
Yeah, she looks a little ridiculous.
So I love it though. I really hate that Nia couldn't really tap into her comedy side because I think she actually is naturally a funny person.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because like her and Lex had those videos.
Oh, when they would
and I
scream
don't
at
wanna
each
take
other?
Sideberg here. Yeah, they'd scream at each
Yeah.
other. But it's like I don't know why Nia just didn't work on TV.
I think they tried to put her into a position that she wasn't just naturally really effective in.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
Because like her wrestling was fine.
Yeah.
Like other than punching Becky and injuring a few people, that's that shit
Brie
happens.
Bella did the same thing. You know.
Yeah. I mean, but like Nia's wrestling for a big girl, she was like the matches were still believable
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, and maybe she's moved on from wrestling, which is hey, good for her. It worked. I would have loved to see her in with the bloodline though, as like the female heavy.
Yeah, like if it was her instead of
Mm-hmm.
Solo. imagine Nia and like not Rhea, Nyla and Cody wrestled instead of
Yeah.
Solo on Monday.
Yeah. So let's go. We're gonna go.
You're not ready.
we're gonna go through some people who are going to be here. But Young Bucks, obviously, Goldberg, of course. My boo, formerly known as Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné will be there. Adam Cole, baby. I'm running through people. Alan Angels is going to be there.
Yeah, it's just AEW plus others.
Andrade. Well, Arian's going to be there. Arian Andrews. Athena, Arn Anderson, Kelly, a.k.a. Barbie Blank. Awesome Kong, Billy Gunn. Brandy Rhodes is going to be there, which is interesting. Brian Myers, a.k.a. Kurt Hawkins. Bret the Hitman Hart, Will's favorite wrestler.
Oh yeah.
Brutus Beefcake.
Can't wait to go see him.
Brutus Beefcake. Buff the Stuff Bagwell. Butterbean. Charles Wright, a.k.a. The Godfather.
Yes, hell yeah. I'll pay to see him again.
Brandon Cutler somehow is going to be there. Chavo. Ooh, Chavo.
Ooh, Chavo.
Chris Van Vliet, Lana, a.k.a. CJ Perry, Christopher Daniels, Colt Cabana, interesting. Dean Malenko's going to be there.
Oh, God.
Dean
Poor
Malenko,
Dean.
DDP, D'Lo Brown, Devon. Will, you might remember this guy. Remember Ernest the Cat Miller? Ernest
Yeah.
the Cat Miller.
He was literally on Impact not too long ago on
Yeah,
TV.
Frankie Kazarian, FTR, Gangrel showing up.
Nice.
Hook, of course. Jacob Fatu, Jake the Snake Roberts, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, John Moxley, John Morrison, JTG, which is very interesting. Juice Robinson, Hoovy is going to be there, Hooventude. Jack Perry, Ken Shamrock would be an interesting get as well. I'm very interested.
I would talk to Ken Shamrock.
Kevin,
Like if I could have 15 minutes to talk to Ken Shamrock.
yeah, Kevin Nash, Kenta, Conan, Kurt Angle, Kushida, Lex Luger, also an interesting get for them. Lillian Garcia, who is a fantastic person to talk to.
So nice.
Victoria, Lita, Medusa, who's also really nice to talk to. Matt Cardona, the Mark Briscoe, Melina. Matt Hardy is going to show up, which is interesting. No Jeff, but Matt. Mick Foley, Thicky Mickey James. Oh, I love Mickey James.
Oh.
Don't be. Well,
She's always been my
Yes.
favorite.
Nick
low-key.
Aldis is also going to be there, so be careful, folks.
Also, Nick Aldis, always been my favorite.
This is interesting. Get Nigel McGuinness.
Very interesting.
Ooh.
Nigel McGuinness, underappreciated, not
Yeah.
gonna lie. Underrated.
Yeah.
as well.
Everybody's biggest kind of dick heel in wrestling Twitter right now. QT Marshall will be there.
Who cares?
K Murphy, hold yourself back. Real One, formerly known as Enzo Amore, will also be there.
My buddy.
How you
How you
doing?
doing?
Okay, Murphy,
You know what
how you doing?
Quick
Oh.
sideburn.
Yeah.
So I've been looking. I needed. I wanted an AEW hat for Dynamite, and I got one for cheap on eBay because it will come faster than if I order it straight from them.
I'm not surprised.
I hunt a vintage soft hat, and I think I'm gonna buy it.
You will. It's not.
I will also send it in the chat.
Yeah. Also.
It's so perfect.
Also gonna be here, Renee Michelle, which is pretty cool. Ricky Starks is gonna be there. Rick Steiner, Ric Flair, Rikishi, Rob Van Dam. You can tell where Rob Van Dam is gonna be because he's gonna be the one with all the weed smoke. That'll probably be Rob Van Dam. You also have Ron Simmons because why the fuck not? Ron Simmons, Sabu. I'm gonna be interested to see how many people show up to Ryback's booth.
No one.
Yeah, I just want to like give him $5. He goes, feed me more. Give him another $5. Feed me more.
Fresh, I would see Kona Reeves over Ryback.
My God. Here we go. Scott Steiner, X-Pac, Sergeant Slaughter, which Will has a great picture of him and Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, dude, he's not. That's amazing. Yeah. He literally just
Right.
chokes. He doesn't even ask. He just does it.
SoCal Val is going to be there. Friend of Wrestle Addict Radio. Summer Rae is going to be there. Taya Valkyrie, who just made her debut on AEW not too long ago. Somebody who I thought was really blacklisted from wrestling in general. Tessa Blanchard's showing up. Ted DiBiase, The Acclaimed is probably going to get a big crowd. The Bushwhackers, the Godwins, the Guns, the Kingdom, Matt Taven and the Kingdom, Thunder Rosa. Trish is going to be there. Tony Storm is also going to be there. Ultimo Dragon, who I didn't even know was still alive, to be honest with you. This is also going to be interesting. Val Venus is going to be there.
Nice. No gold dust.
No Gold Dust. Wardlow, of course. And Zeta Zhang, I think. That's pretty much all. Everybody of notable. And also, who had a great match with Kenny Omega on Dynamite, El Hijo del Vikingo is also going to be there as well.
Tessa Blanchard's going to charge $20 to call someone a slur.
It's true,
Probably
though.
will. I want to see that menu that she has. WrestleCon is great, especially if you want to meet legends new and old. And, you know, if you have the money to spend, go to WrestleCon. WrestleCon's great.
WrestleCon's really cool.
Yeah.
It's just I don't like that I have to pay money to take a picture of somebody. It's just like this. It's just weird to me. I get it, but it's just weird.
They're
to
still
me.
independent contractors.
I just like going, saying hi, and that's it. That's enough for me. Just seeing you is cool enough. I don't need to pay to take a picture. I'm never gonna watch. I'm never gonna look at.
Honestly, to be honest with you, when Will and I went the first time in New Orleans, we really didn't pay for like anybody. We just walked around. It was really cool.
Yeah, you just walked around and looked at things. Like we did do that thing with Ric Flair's robe.
You did the thing with Ric Flair's robe.
That was worth the money to take a picture of Ric Flair's robe holding one of the
Yeah.
belts, like the actual belt. That was really cool. Booker T has the biggest hands I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
those hands are massive. My lord,
Like Booker T could palm your face. Rick.
he could. I would want him to palm my face and have him yell "Shucky Ducky Quack Quack."
Yeah.
I would pay
you take it.
Yes, I can.
He's like, ah!
I would pay $20 just for a Shucky Ducky Quack Quack.
Oh yeah, Booker T's also like a really nice dude. He's really cool. But yeah, no, it's fun to just walk around WrestleCon and just look at everybody that you've seen on TV for so long.
WrestleCon's really
Yeah.
cool. It's a cool
It's
place.
really cool. So if you have the opportunity, go to WrestleCon. Before WrestleMania weekend kicks off, we also have the Hall of Fame, which there are 4 people because they managed to announce 4 people for the WWE Hall of Fame. The most recent inductee, Stacy Keibler. Towson alum as well.
Hubba,
Me and
hubba.
her went to the same college, so I'm very happy about that. Nice to see Towson people doing stuff. Stacy Keebler, and also former Baltimore Ravens cheerleader is also Stacy Keebler as well. We also have the Great Muta, who we recently talked about. Great Muta, one of the legends of wrestling, and kind of, our Wrestle Addict radio logo is based off of a mask that Great Muta used to wear. We also have probably the most influential person in this entire class outside of the headliner, Andy Kaufman, finally got into the Hall of Fame.
It's a great
Yeah.
pick. You kill two birds with one stone, celebrity and a dead person.
Yep.
So it works.
And
Even though we have Tim White as well.
did Tim White get announced officially?
Tim White
today.
is the
Oh,
Warrior
I did
Award.
not see that. So Tim White is the Warrior Award. Tim White deserves it.
Tim White's the Warrior Award.
Yeah.
He deserves it as a referee, but he also, he took care of Andre.
Yeah, no, he deserves it.
So-
I wish the only.
It makes sense. It
Yeah,
fits.
I mean, he also is his career ended because he essentially blew out his knee in Hell in a Cell, the first one.
Yeah.
No,
No,
It was the second one?
It was not the first one. It was It was Triple H one
Oh, okay.
or Shawn Michaels one. I might have been Triple H for Shawn Michaels. Honestly, it's like the McMahon's. No, I gotta Google it now.
Yeah. The sad part about that is that Tim White won't be there to accept the award, which is a shame.
Yeah, he died last
Yeah,
year.
he did.
It was no, hang on.
Fred says it's a shoulder in Hell in a Cell from Triple H and Jericho.
Gotcha.
That's what it-
Thanks,
that's what
Mr.
it was.
Press.
Historian Mr. Fretz. But Andy Kaufman is a huge pick because without Andy Kaufman, you don't really have the work shoot essential gimmick in pro wrestling because they made it work on such a massive level that it was absurd. They were beating each other up on David Letterman and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, Kaufman and Lawler.
It was one of the greatest storylines of all time because it was one of the greatest work shoots for
Yeah.
sure. Or
I might be the original work shoot.
it might be because it was are they in or are they not? Because Andy Kaufman was a nutcase.
Yeah.
He was unpredictable.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
No one
yeah.
knew. That was
I don't
his
think
gimmick.
anybody.
That
I
was
don't
his
think Andy
shtick.
Kaufman even knew that sometimes.
Yeah, and him and Lawler are actually good. It came out later. They were actually good friends, which was are you sure?
Which is crazy.
If that happened today, could you do that today?
No, not without it getting leaked. I think that's the issue. The closest they got to, so you remember when Jon Stewart was going to retire from a Daily Show and he had that faux feud with Seth Rollins? That's
Yeah.
I think that's the closest you're going to get.
That was hokey.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was hysterical. I loved it.
It was hysterical.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but you knew it was you knew it was
Yeah.
fake. You knew it was part of the storyline. Imagine if Seth and Logan Paul couldn't do it.
No,
Not even close.
No.
They told a different story.
Yeah.
But do you think they could have pulled off what Lawler and Kaufman did?
No, it would have. You know what it was? It would have to come so out of left field that people would be like, "Is this real or not?" It'd have to be someone who's never been associated with wrestling, in the public eye, but they're low key a wrestling fan, and they'd have to do an angle with the wrestler, and then it would kind of work that way.
They could do it with Logan Paul and Bad Bunny.
Maybe.
I think non-wrestling fans would be like, "What the?"
Honestly,
fuck?
I know we're talking about WrestleMania, but when Backlash happens, if we don't get Logan Paul versus Bad Bunny for essentially the Battle of Puerto Rico, I will not watch that show. It better.
Yeah, I'd watch the fuck
I
out
can't
of
wait
that.
for Backlash.
I need Bad Bunny and Logan Paul to duke it out in the ring after all that. Because they were. I know Logan Paul was kind of talking shit to Bad Bunny, or was reversed, or something like that.
So Bad Bunny called out Logan Paul for tax breaks in Puerto Rico. In that music video, in that video he did,
Mm-hmm.
and Logan Paul was just like, you don't pay taxes, bro." And that's essentially what. And Logan Paul's like, "You don't pay any taxes, Bad Bunny," and that's pretty much kind of what happened. This holes I'm definitely missing, but that's why they don't like each other.
Listen, duke it out in the ring. Duke it out in the ring. There's only one way to settle this right now. Figure out who's the best celebrity performer of all time.
I'm sure if Issa heard that explanation of me, she would call me a bunch of
Issa's
slurs. 'Cause
too
I definitely
busy.
got some parts of that
Issa's
story
too
wrong.
busy losing her mind in LA at the moment, I'm assuming.
Probably.
Yeah, I got a friend who went to LA. He goes fucking everywhere. I don't know what the fuck he does for work. I don't know how he affords all this shit,
Yeah.
but he's there.
YLP, you got to check that contract negotiation with Logan Paul because I believe he signed a multi-year contract.
I heard this was his last. I heard that too today, that this was his contract was up, but I
Yeah.
thought he signed like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, I thought it was a multi-year contract, so someone can double check that for me. But moving on, also,
I thought
Unless it's already
like,
been multiple years. This is his third WrestleMania.
no, it's a second.
It's his third.
I thought he had like a
No, there was
2-year
Jake
contract.
Paul. Was it Jake?
No, Logan Paul had the tag team match with
Yeah.
Miz. Did he? Was that last year?
Yeah, that was last year.
That was last year.
Yeah, that was last year.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And when did he wrestle the Miz? SummerSlam?
He never wrestled The Miz.
Logan Paul wrestled the Miz.
Yes,
Did
he
he?
did.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Brett,
Wasn't it a
am I
tag
wrong
team
here?
match?
No, it was SummerSlam. SummerSlam. Thank you, Taquan. It was SummerSlam.
SummerSlam 2020.
And it was
Okay, I'm like,
it
did
was
we invent that match?
it was right before SummerSlam that he signed the contract.
You might be right then.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is his second WrestleMania. So yeah, I think he's under contract for another 2 or 3 years
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah, something like that. But last but not least, the headliner of the Hall of Fame, and well deserving of the headline of the Hall of Fame, Rey Mysterio. We're going to talk a lot more about Rey Mysterio and one of the greatest punches to a child ever.
Dude, that pop, that was a great pop, dude. Dominic is a phenomenal heel. He's gotten like from annoying, now he's just like, oh, you're starting to pick up steam here.
Yeah,
kid.
it's fun.
He's finding something. He's really good.
So the Hall of Fame,
I'm very excited.
yeah, the Hall of Fame will be after SmackDown, exclusively on Peacock, because it won't be on live TV. It'll be on Peacock. So WrestleMania SmackDown, whatever the hell they're calling it, is going to happen. Which they're probably not going to top the go home that Raw was, and then you're going to go into the Hall of Fame, which will be exclusively on Peacock around 10 or so. So watch it if you can. So now let's go into what we're actually all here for, and that is our predictions for WrestleMania. There are a total of 12 matches between night 1 and night 2. Some have been already announced for night 1, and others are kind of a toss-up in the air. So we're going to go through all 12 matches as best as we can. But let's first start off with the host of WrestleMania, if not LA Knight. It is going to be The Miz. The Miz is going to do a completely ridiculous time as a host. And the only thing I'm upset about is that The Miz does not have Maurice hosting with him.
She'll show up. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. I mean, they did their little dinner debonair kind of musical, which was cute. But I can't picture Miz doing this by himself without Maurice, to be honest with you.
See, I feel like this
what
is
he's gonna be
just.
doing anyway.
I'm imagining a more gaudy and lavish episode of Ms. TV.
Probably.
I hope Hollywood
Like-
Hogan comes out and drops the leg on him.
Charles sent me a TikTok video of like if Vince McMahon booked the end of WrestleMania 39, it was like Roman winning, and then right in the middle of Roman's song, Hulk Hogan's music comes out to chat. Essentially pulling a WrestleMania 9.
Oh my god! Paul Heyman throws the powder.
Do we think we will, seriously, do we think we will get Hollywood
No.
Hogan at Mania?
It depends on his health. If he's healthy, he'll be
I
there.
will say if
Well, not to wrestle, or to.
No,
because
he'll
to
show up.
bump.
he'll
Just
show
to
up.
be like,
He'll do like, all right, so LA Knight's saying that he's gonna have a special moment at LA because it's LA WrestleMania, LA Knight. What if LA Knight's moment is with Hulk?
That'd be cool.
that would be
I think
cool.
that's gonna happen. Also going on during WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. Night 1, America the Beautiful, which is one of the best things of the WrestleMania show, because WrestleMania does not do the American national anthem.
Your favorite.
I do not.
It's a great touch.
Yeah.
It's I love it too. I think it's a great
Yeah.
idea. They do American.
They do
Beautiful.
America the Beautiful because, as Vince McMahon said a long time ago, America the Beautiful is the better song, and he's not wrong.
He is
he's
very
absolutely correct. So America the Beautiful is a great touch. It's one of the things that makes WrestleMania, the event, unique in and of itself, because usually an event of that magnitude, they always play the national anthem. And Vince is like, yeah, nah, it's great. It's unique. Vince usually
No one's kneeling to this shit.
Vince usually has a good eye for up and coming talent. Chloe and Haley have done it before. John Legend has done WrestleMania's America to be
WrestleMania 24 is
Aloe,
Legend, or 25.
24 is
Yeah,
24 in
which
Orlando. Yeah,
24.
Aloe Black has done it before. He has a good eye for talent. For this, I don't know who Becky G is. She looks nice, but she's going to be doing night one.
Dude, Vince,
That name's familiar.
Like, not gonna lie, he loves picking black chicks to sing "America the Beautiful."
Listen. We just know how to sing that song. Yolanda Adams was WrestleMania 35, the gospel legend that she is. She brought out a whole freaking choir, which was great. And also, night two is this country performer named Jimmy Allen. I don't know who he is.
Hey,
Hopefully,
Oh, this girl is a song. I know who this girl
Who's Becky G?
She's I know her from the new Daddy Yankee album, but she's also done music with Bad Bunny and Pitbull.
Okay. Which means does this mean we're going to see Pitbull?
God, I hope
Pitbull's
not.
I
gonna
hope
return.
so.
I hate Pitbull.
Full's fine. He's fine.
Pitbull and Sean Paul, I can't.
I love
I
Sean
love
Paul.
Sean
Get the fuck outta here.
Paul.
The fuck out of here. So Jimmy Allen and Becky G, we're going to see how they do. Aretha Franklin performed at both Detroit WrestleManias 3 and 23. Wow, which Vince is very fortunate to have her do that. She does one of the best renditions of America the Beautiful for WrestleMania's sake. Because she actually does play it by herself on the piano, which John Legend did as well. So America the Beautiful, great thing. It's one of the moments, like if you've ever been to WrestleMania and they start playing America the Beautiful, that's you're like, oh my God, I have arrived at WrestleMania moment. That's what it was for me. I know that's what it was for Will.
It is really cool.
Yeah, I thought you were full of shit, and then I went to Mania 35. And
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it's going to hit you when America the Beautiful starts playing. You're going to be like, oh.
He's like, I'm not patriotic. Fuck this.
Because I'm not. That's the thing. I'm not patriotic. America's shit just sorry, not sorry, doesn't really do it for me. But then I was like just at Mania, I was just like, oh my God, I'm here.
It wasn't more about being patriotic. It was more of just being like, this is such a unique thing to WrestleMania that you're like, once it's there, once it starts hitting, you're like, holy fuck, this is actually WrestleMania. Like, I am here.
You just look around like, oh, this is
I didn't process. When I went to Mania, I did not process that I was at Mania. It did not hit me truly until America's Beautiful started. Then I'm like, fuck, I'm at WrestleMania right now.
Yeah. It's
what it is.
Crazy moment to have the first time you're there. It's so wild.
Vince gets it, dude. The guy gets it.
I wouldn't change it for the world. I would love to have that holy shit I'm at WrestleMania moment like for the first time every time because it's awesome. Absolutely awesome. But let's move on to the matches, and we're going to start off with the main event of night 2. Don't get it twisted. It's going to be the main event of night 2. Adrenaline Innoso, something Cody Rhodes, or Reverend Rhodes, as I like to call him, versus the most dominant champion of the modern era, going on 940 some odd days at the time that he's going to defend this title at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns for the WWE undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship. The match that this WrestleMania is built upon. K. Murphy, you've been back for the first time in a long time. Who takes this?
Daddy.
Really?
Okay. Like, good for Cody. Happy for you.
Mm-hmm.
Glad you're making your dad proud, I guess. But there's no fucking way Roman Reigns does not hit 1,000 days as champion. Mm-hmm. I don't see it.
Mm-hmm. Completely agree.
I think it's gonna come close, or something needs to happen on SmackDown on Friday where they are splitting the titles. And then Cody wins one and Roman wins another.
They could just give a brand new title too as well.
I mean, he does need a new title, but not only that, I think you say the new title for when Cody does win it. I'm pretty sure they can double check the math on this, but the Saudi show in May is day number 999.
Interesting.
So, I mean, there's that. There's also I'm also picking Roman Reigns, by the way. Think of Cody's story. Like, really, like, what is his story? Like, what it's supposed to be versus what it actually is supposed to be. The redemption story, right? But he comes back. He's had 4 matches. that matter, if that. He comes back, has a great match with Seth.
Series of
Great
great
match with
matches
Seth.
stuff, yeah.
Right? Gets hurt, comes back, 30 at the Rumble. It's just like, it's a little too easy.
And then went 20 minutes
for
with
him.
Gunther, who is the worker's worker in wrestling right now.
Still, entered number 30. Like, if he entered, like, number 6 or 3, even 15, but he entered number 30. It's just like, it's not really, what actually happened doesn't fit the story they're trying to tell. So bump him down a peg.
I
and then build
predicted
him
him to
back
be
up.
at 1 for the Rumble. I wanted him to win from number 1.
I think you picked him to pick from number 1K. I think from your prediction.
I did. I
Yeah.
did pick him for number 1 and to win.
It's
from
just
1.
like, did he really earn it? Like, he won a Rumble, sure. So he earned it, sure. He's a major star. But like, I'm saying, like, in kayfabe, like, did he really earn it?
I don't mean to sound like a bitch, but I don't think he's been through enough yet.
That's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. So take him off his high horse and then have him work his way up.
I don't think he's been through. Now, that is a interesting notion. Because here's the thing. If you actually looked at the story
In WWE.
No. Well, yeah, I think he clearly has. And if you actually looked at it, he set this up last year. This has been the story for a whole year.
But he wasn't there for most of the year.
That's circumstance. He still, again, won the Royal Rumble, proof number 1. Number 2, he has actually won against all the best workers in WWE leading up to this. He has wrestled every week during Mania season.
He has wrestled every
Proved
single
himself.
week.
Yes,
He's gone
I
toe-to-toe
agree.
with Paul Heyman multiple times on the mic. He's gone toe-to-toe with Roman multiple times on the mic. He actually got Sami Zayn on his side. He actually has better pops than Sami Zayn. He actually has more merch than Sami Zayn out right now. All of this is leading to Cody Rhodes is taking this over right now. Cody Rhodes, outside of Roman, is the top pop person. And that whoa during that entrance is going
It
to
was
blow the
wild.
roof off of SoFi Stadium.
I was
Oh,
shocked
that's a fair point too. I mean, Cody is mega over.
Yeah.
And you want to strike when the iron's hot. That's what makes this main event so actually intriguing and fun to watch.
Yeah.
Because Cody winning is very believable. Roman winning to me is also very believable, if not a little more obvious. But it's only, I'm telling you guys, it's only a matter of time before we start booing Cody. Like, it's only a matter of time, even though he has never been this over ever. And
I don't know if they're going to boo
put
him.
on a great program.
I think
He's put on a very good program.
I'm still booing Cody.
it's because you like
You're
Daddy
still
too
I'm
booing
much.
Cody?
consistent. I hate him.
Nah, he's so
No,
likable.
he's
in
so
WWE.
likable. I think
Like, if he was in AEW, though, I'd boo the shit out of him. I don't know why that is. It's my bias. I can't explain.
I think Cody's just presented better in WWE than he was in AEW.
He is.
He is
Yeah.
No, he absolutely is presented better. I was even saying, like, I watched Raw and SmackDown today. I felt that Cody is less punchable in WWE than he was in AEW.
He's more polished.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. It's the
Yeah.
presentation. He's presented way better.
How Cody Rhodes envisioned how he did this in AEW, like with the music and how he comes out and all of it. But WWE has the production value that AEW doesn't. So WWE makes Cody's vision look better.
Yeah, and it works.
I think he's annoying as fuck. Yeah, it does work. I just think he's fucking annoying.
You can't tell Reverend Rhodes that he's annoying. That man has been preaching every
Yes, I can.
every week on Raw in particular.
He kind of has the yelling virus, though.
I don't see him as a
yelling
yeller.
for
Like I
passion.
feel like LA Knight is a louder person than Cody is.
LA Knight's loud, but he doesn't yell. There's a difference. Cody screams every single promo.
I don't get that volume from him.
I don't think he screams. He definitely escalates for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
Cries most of the time.
Which I think works in his favor, the escalation, because he does start out like so what do you want to talk about? And then it's like
I love how he starts promos, but then
it's the Baptist preacher thing. Like you start out slow and just keep going and going and going, and Lord, we're here.
He pumps himself up. He pumps himself up.
That's what it is. But here's the thing: of anybody I'm going Cody, by the way, as you guys didn't know. If of anybody to go toe to toe with Roman on the mic and in presentation and character, it's Cody. Also, the thing about when you've been champion for that long, and this is the problem that happens with champions of such a long term, you have to keep feeding that beast, and there is almost nobody left believable to feed to Roman. No one. He beat Logan Paul in Saudi last year. You know?
No, you're right. Yeah, there is no one believable to beat.
Yeah, there
Roman.
is no one
Correct.
believable, and of anybody who's been built, like he didn't annihilate, but he essentially took out Sammy. He's beat Kevin Owens like twice. You know, of anybody that has, there's nobody in WWE in the time of Roman's reign that has been built as well as Cody Rhodes. And if
You're
not Cody, who?
I just
Because
don't think it's just Cody's
it's not
time.
Cody, who? Because Gunther's not there yet.
Yeah, and Drew, it wasn't Drew. I mean, Drew was the closest thing, but I think Cody surpasses Drew by a lot in terms
Yes.
of believability.
Yeah, it's believability, and I think Drew lost it. You know when Drew lost it for me against Roman, when I think Roman was on Raw and Drew was on SmackDown, and Roman's like, Drew, no one watches SmackDown. Remember? He said in the promo, he was like, no one watches you. I was like, yep, lost
I believe that Cody is capable of beating Daddy for the title. I don't think it's this weekend.
Oh, I think Cody's the one to do it. I just think you push it. How long you push it for, I don't know. But I also really
when
want to
is
see
Saudi?
May.
Saudis
End
in
of May, I believe.
And that's the king of the rings.
King and Queen of the Ring.
Yes.
Come on, Kay.
The king and queen of the ring pay-per-view.
Premium
Okay,
live event.
so
We're close.
whatever.
Ridiculous.
I won't call it a premium live event. Sorry, not sorry. But I feel like Cody's either going to win there, and if he don't win there, he's winning Money in the Bank.
I think you.
Please don't win money.
I think here's the thing. I think the idea was he was going to win Money in the Bank potentially, and then he got injured, so he had to win the Royal Rumble. Again, perfectly fine. But if Roman wins, again, I keep going back to who else are you going to give to him? That's as hot as him, that can be formidable as him. And if Cody doesn't win, I think it's over for Cody as a potential top guy. He's been telling the story for a year. You have to strike right now, because if he loses and then wins later, it's not as big. This story is a WrestleMania made story. This isn't a SummerSlam. This isn't a Money in the Bank cash-in. This isn't a Royal Rumble or Survivor Series or Backlash story. This is a WrestleMania story, and the story has to end here. This is what WrestleMania is built on. Can the white hot white guy babyface beat the dominating champion? This is the WrestleMania. This has to end here.
They have to split the titles then by Sunday.
I don't think they will.
Because I don't see Roman not making it 2,000 days. I don't.
That's the only thing. Like, does Roman want 1,000? Does Roman want 1,000 days? Also, does he?
Why would it?
Does he need it? I don't think he needs to hit 1,000 days.
I do.
I don't think.
I do.
The only one longer than him are people who are like Backlund and Bruno.
Exactly. You want someone in the modern era in that conversation.
He already is in the conversation.
We don't have anybody.
But he's not, though. He's not at 1,000 days. That's a different conversation.
But you're never gonna meet Bruno, and you're probably never gonna meet Backlund. Backlund was also there by.
You don't need to. You don't need to. You just need to be third place.
He's already third place. He's already third.
1,000's
nice, but I don't think it's needed at this moment.
Then who's behind Roman then?
Who isn't behind Roman? I was going to say.
I would have no idea with longer reign, but it's been like what 4 years.
The person who's behind Roman, you could have. It might be Peter actually.
Oh, Pete Dunne.
Peter, you have Alba Fire was one as well. Formerly.
Does that count?
Yeah, no, they do.
That one count?
Pete Dunne held for a while. Kaylee Ray. And then you have Asuka had like over 500 days. The New Day had a long run as tag champs, and you have way down the ladder is CM Punk now. Remember when CM Punk was the longest reigning champ of the modern era?
Like 435.
Yeah.
434.
434.
Yeah, they totally made sure that was never a thing anymore.
Yeah, I know, dude. 1,000 days.
1,000 days is nice.
When you're this close, dude, just go all the way.
That's the thing, and I don't think they'll split the titles, especially with the media rights deal not finished yet.
No, don't split the titles.
Yeah.
That sounds.
The way that they're functioning right now, you don't need 2 world champions.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah, so I don't think they split. I think you redesign the title,
Yeah, make it one title.
Make it
Make it
one
one
title. I don't think you split them now because it's not
Yeah,
right for a
there's no
split
point.
right now.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
point. All that being said, though, Cody wins. I'm still happy.
Yeah.
Pete had it
So-
for 685
Who?
days.
Pete?
Pete,
What about
yeah.
Kaylee Ray? Kaylee Ray was even longer, I think.
Let's see.
It's like Roman's already the top reigning champion of the modern era, no matter what iteration of WWE that you think about.
Okay, look up how many 1,000-day reigns there have been.
2, I believe.
Okay.
2. So if you want to be like 10 years down the future, you want to say there's only 3 people in history that have 1,000-day title reigns.
Kaylee
Bob
Ray was
Backlund,
649.
Hogan.
Kaylee was 649. Okay.
You want to go? It's San Martino, Backlund, and Reigns.
So,
You
here's
wanna
also
say
my
Backlund.
question.
Okay,
It's
so
it's another.
But
look.
here's also my question. Because Roman has had the world title from Brock for a year, which no one's talking about. Roman's had that for over a
Yeah.
year, and so that's 365. So how long has he actually had the Universal?
Since SummerSlam 2020.
So that includes. So that it is a
Or
combined.
the week after SummerSlam.
So it is a combined 900 something days as both champions. That's the number they're going with. I just need that for
Yes,
verification.
as it
Yeah.
should, because he didn't drop the first. He didn't drop it.
Yeah. So, but it's interesting. I think Cody's the next step because there's no one else to feed to Roman in the immediate future.
Yeah. I mean, it just depends.
It depends on where they
if you
want to go,
gamble
and it
on.
depends if Roman wants to go on vacation
Yeah.
as well.
The safe choice is Cody Rhodes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still think
it's going to be
Rhodes.
close, and I don't expect this.
Same.
If it is a clean match, I will be very intrigued about how they pull that off.
It has
Yeah.
to.
I
Be.
think it has to. I don't
It has
want
to.
shenanigans in this main event because I think this
No,
has the potential to be an
absolutely not.
all timer. I really think.
Yeah.
Like you have the story, you have the athleticism, you have
Mainly
wrestling
because you
minds.
don't know who's winning.
Yeah, that too.
Like,
Yeah,
You can't say you don't know who's winning.
I'm more excited for this main event than I was last year, and last year was huge.
I was not saying last year's main event. Brock Roman again.
It was last year was like, all right, this is the one time where I can believe it outside of the first time they met up.
Yeah.
Last year it was
This
fun.
one was like, all right, Roman. This is the one that was the one that was done
Yeah.
right. So it's like, okay, finally.
Yeah,
And they did it again at SummerSlam.
which is the better match.
It's a better match.
Better match. What's the better match? Oh my god! But yeah, Cody and Roman. Like I said, I really hope they tear the house down.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Where can you buy WrestleMania if you're in Canada? I'm assuming either your pay-per-view service, Canadian person, or get WWE Network because that's still a thing in Canada. Shout out to people in Canada, by the way.
Steal it on the internet.
Yeah. Moving on to what will probably not be the night one main event from what people are saying, but we have Sami Zayn
Should be.
and Sami KO with their matching WrestleMania t-shirts
Dude,
I love it.
This has to be the main event.
versus the
It has
Usos
to.
for the Undisputed Tag Team Championship. It should be. I know there were reports saying that Rhea and Charlotte are the night one main event, which should not happen. They should open night one.
Oh.
They're not doing that
Yeah.
No,
either.
Cena and Austin Theory are opening
My
that
fault,
one.
yeah. Well, they should have opened night one. We will get to Cena and Austin Theory, but Sami KO and the Usos, the second hottest storyline in all of WWE. Could this be a bad weekend for the Bloodline? Because that's what I'm leaning towards.
Yes. Yes. Sammy and Kevin are doing it. It's time.
Yeah, Sammy and Kevin are definitely doing
It's
it.
time.
Yeah, Sammy needs his
I'm
man.
gonna cry my eyes
I
out.
love-
This will be the
I
crying.
love, Kay, how you
Sammy needs his moment.
predicted Roman's going to win. And when I said bad weekend for the Bloodline, because I was insinuating Roman loses too. And you were like, yes, absolutely. So when the
No, because the Usos are 1,000% losing. It's over.
Yeah.
Because this is the dissolution of the bloodline.
Yeah.
It's done. It's dying. It's
Which
done.
brings me back to a Cody promo who says, as soon as everything's gone, they will all leave you. I think that's prophetic.
Yes.
You know, but no, I think Sami KO have to get this win. They have to get this win. They can't take another loss.
I think there will be a riot if Kevin and Sammy don't win. Also, Mr. YLP, are those Dynamite spoilers?
Yeah, drop the Dynamite spoilers. Usually Fretz is the person that does that for us, but you can drop it, Mr. YLP. We really don't care. We're talking about WrestleMania. We're not talking about AEW. We will comment on it live, too. No, they have to do it. I think it was also pretty cool that Sami and KO said, like, oh, yeah, LA was the place where we got our big break in wrestling.
They have to. They absolutely have to. And I'm not just biased because like Sammy and Kevin are like two of like my favorite wrestlers ever, but like it's just it's the time. Like
Go
I
ahead,
have
Kay, sorry.
I've said for a very long time that I want Sammy and Kevin to win the tag titles. And there was never quite the right time. And I feel like this is truly it.
Yeah, it could be. Okay, I have a question for you because I know you haven't been on in a while. What did you think of the hug?
Yeah. I loved the
It's
hug.
the greatest hug in the history of wrestling.
I just loved it this week. Kevin's like, we hugged last week. We hug once a year. And then they hugged.
That's a true bro friendship right there. Yeah, no, one hug,
Yeah.
one hug per year, dude.
We hug once a year.
That's crazy. Will, who do you got on this? Is it Sammy KO?
Oh, yeah, it's Sammy KO. See, this is Sammy getting his WrestleMania moment. I mean,
Yeah.
this is saying, hey, thanks for not being a dick when we give your moment to Cody instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting, and I like to see how this goes. This should also be a stellar match. Again, a lot of emotion, a lot of storytelling. This is going to be a fun match. Let's go to what is actually going to open up WrestleMania, the first match, which is very rare, but they actually announced the first match on the card. But when it's John Cena, I guess you have to. So John Cena, Austin Theory, United States Championship match.
He's got somewhere to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's got to start promoting Fast X is what he has to do. Because that promo tour is going to probably start up.
Yeah.
Which I was going to be excited about this. And then that John Cena promo ruined it for me. I'm not going to lie. Because I feel like Theory's done one either way because how John Cena worded that promo.
Dude, he also is hung out to dry. He hasn't been back since.
That's also true. That is also
it's just
true.
like
Yeah.
you bury him, then you leave him like carry the feud. Good luck, loser.
Yeah, like what a dick.
It's just that really was a nail in the coffin. That was a big old burial.
Yeah. You know what? Did you see his empty arena promo that Theory did?
Yeah, I was like, why is this done in an empty arena with a microphone?
I liked it though. Like I love the concept.
I liked it a lot. It was very cool.
I did too, but it's like, well, one, why is there a microphone? And two, why are you doing this?
He has to do nothing. He has to do something.
Who are you talking to?
Clearly not talking to John because you can't see him. My God. I mean, Theory's gonna win regardless, but it's got to be. Theory's got to almost kill John Cena for this to work.
I'm picking Cena, dude.
Oh, you?
Yeah, Cena.
Really?
Dude, start him off hot and happy. You don't start out the first match and just go boo.
Yeah.
Set the tone, dude. Set the tone. You gotta set the
I think
tone. You don't have
Cena
a major.
losing-
You don't have a major heel win the first. That's why I thought this is weird. This is the first match. I was like, oh, you want John Cena to win?
Ooh. That's so bad for Austin Theory. That's so bad.
Oh yeah, that's bad. It's really bad.
Really.
Remember Rusev? Remember Bray Wyatt? This doesn't end well for anybody. I've seen this before.
Theory...
Fool me once, dude. I'm not falling for this bullshit again. I fell for it twice. All right.
He's
in
still
a row.
young
2
enough.
years in a row.
But he's still young enough where in the whole grand scheme of
true. So is Bray.
But look how much better.
So is Bray.
It's true.
I don't know. I would like to think that Austin Theory has a lot more time, and we'll forget about this in a couple of years.
I don't know.
No, you don't forget a burial.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's happened so many
they
times.
They literally WWE released a 30-minute YouTube video of John Cena eviscerating people on the mic. Okay, it does not look well for Austin Theory at all. Oh my God, I feel.
It's a shame,
so
dude.
bad.
It's a damn shame.
I feel so bad for Austin Theory. I'm so going with him for the win because it's just.
Dude, I just don't. I'm not gonna say I told you so, but I can't wait to say I told you so.
It's not even that you told you so, because like I said, I was excited for this, and then John Cena had to be John Cena, and just.
John Cena's gonna have to break a hip to lose.
I think Fred's right. It has to be a Brock Lesnar SummerSlam like squash.
I don't want to see that either, though. I want to see an actual competitive match.
Yeah.
I really do, because I want Austin to showcase what he can actually do, because Cena isn't really that bad of a wrestler. He has 5 moves.
6,
like, when
actually.
Cena
He
wants
has
to
that
wrestle,
punch.
he'll fucking
He has
wrestle.
that punch that they debuted a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah, God.
Remember that punch?
That was worse than his hairline, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm praying for Austin Theory to be okay.
Like, dude, look at that picture. Look at him looking. He's looking at me like, yeah, well, I'm gonna beat him. You know it. Yeah, that's the look on his face. Is like, you're an idiot if you don't believe me.
Yeah.
I just, I'm hoping Austin Theory can survive this, whichever which way. It's gonna be rough. But let's move on. Oh yes, the Beat a Child match. Oh, I cannot
I
wait.
can't wait.
I cannot wait. Talk about a match that has been booked beautifully because Ray and Dom didn't touch till last Friday.
Oh, Friday, and it was a great punch.
Fantastic
It was so
punch.
good.
I honestly thought Angie was going to beat his ass.
Yeah,
Me too.
should've. Like both of them should have been stomping.
I
him.
would have been like, if I ever yelled at my parents that way, I would have been beheaded. Yeah.
Yeah, I yelled "shut up" again to the babysitter, and I almost got beheaded. I was 4, so don't give me too much slack. But yeah,
Yeah. It's just I can't wait for this.
the feud has been really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Like and this is all Dom, dude. Ray has stepped aside and let his son shine.
Which is perfect.
It's great.
Yeah, it really is. I think this is my most anticipated match. I'm more excited for this than Hell in a Cell. In fact, I forgot Hell in a Cell was even on the card until I just said that.
Me too.
Well, we're gonna get to that. No, it's a crazy match. I love how Dom pulled I wish Eddie was my father. He pulled that on Monday.
So good.
So good. I totally expect Dominic to come out in a lowrider.
Yes.
I was like, he's doing,
yes.
he's doing Yeti.
He's gonna go full Eddie.
Come out to Eddie's music too.
Oh my god, can you imagine if they played Viva La Raza on the speakers? And he does
Yeah,
lie,
I
cheat,
could.
steal?
Yeah, I lie,
A steal?
a steal. He does
He
the
does the shake? Yes!
shake, the shimmy
He has to.
in a Rey Mysterio mask.
He's gonna come out dressing like Conan. You know, with the one button?
Anyone but Conan.
No, he's gonna come out dressing like Conan. Conan's a cool guy.
I know. Anyone but Conan, dude. Conan sucks. Ooh la la! That's all Conan does.
I've chilled with Conan. Conan's a fun guy.
Oh yeah, I bet in real life he's the
He
man.
follows me on Twitter.
Here's the
and I
funny
don't
thing
know
about
why.
Conan. He dresses like the character all the time. Like that wasn't
Just the funny
that
hat,
wasn't
the
a
white
costume.
beater, and black
That
jeans.
wasn't a costume. That's how he dresses. And the one
Yeah.
button top, yeah, that's how he dresses. Okay.
Dude, him and Disco Inferno have a show. They have a podcast. Keeping it 100 with
Oh my
Conan.
god, that's great. But back to Ray and Dom. Dom has to win this, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, of course.
Could this be low-key Rey Mysterio's last match?
Yes.
No, because I think they would have. I think they have another match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then eventually this can't just be one and done, dude. Make it a feud.
I can see that. I like it. I like the fact. I mean, they're in California. They're close. They're in Southern Cal, San Diego. Makes sense.
possible. It's possible Ray wins with a roll up, and then Dom is attacked the next night, and they continue.
Like
the
Ray
feud.
outsmarts Dom because he's the older
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, 'cause
I could see that.
He's the
Yeah.
father. I could see that
I
happening.
like that. I like that idea.
Just to continue the feud, but eventually Dom's just gonna be his ass.
Dom should be the one to retire his father.
He will. That's. I think this goes to a. I think this goes to a retirement match.
Yeah, like Ray's headlining the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Which I'm glad he got the punch out of the way, so that doesn't ruin his Hall of Fame speech.
He could still ruin the Hall of Fame speech.
True. And yeah, no, I think this eventually will lead to Dominic retiring Ray for good, which I think is poetic justice and the way wrestling should be.
Yeah. Amazing. It's never happened before.
Absolutely. So I'm going with Dom. Okay, who do you have?
I also have
Dom.
Dom.
Okay, let's move on. To what will arguably surprise and steal the show, whatever night it's on. Seth Rollins, Logan Paul.
Face, dude. That smile of Seth Rollins.
Listen, there's.
It says Saturday on the
Oh, it
bracket.
is Saturday. Oh, my fault. That was the other one that was announced for Saturday. Sorry. Yeah, Saturday. This is going to be show stealer on Saturday. This is going to be show. It's going to be match 4. Yeah, going to be probably match 3 or match 4. Seth, Logan Paul. There's no one hotter than Seth. Outside of like Cody and Roman, there's no one hotter. Seth Rollins is that guy, and Logan Paul is just
is also that
Yeah,
guy.
he's just a
dude.
natural now at this point, and I can't.
He
You can't stand
he
it.
finally learned the what chant, and he knows what to do
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah, his promos have gotten better. Like he's been really good this WrestleMania season. Because last year he had the Miz to kind of speak for him. This year he can hold his own, which I'm very happy about. And Seth with one of the promos of the year leading into WrestleMania, he said, "If I cannot beat Logan Paul, then I am the joke. He is not." And the crowd went dead silent, and they're like, "Oh fuck, he's right." I loved it. I loved it. This is going to be amazing. Oh, and if it is true that Logan Paul's contract is up and he doesn't want to resign, which I don't think, why wouldn't he want to resign?
Makes so much
Yeah.
money here, and it's good for his
It's
publicity.
good for his publicity. I mean, he's on the commercial for 2K. He's in 2K. You know, like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you want to resign? But if that is the case,
He might want to do other shit.
yeah. But if I'm Logan Paul, nah, I'd be this. I'd like the contract he's at, renew it for that same type of schedule. Works out. But I'd still go Seth Rollins wins this. I think Seth beats Logan. Will, who do you have?
I'm gonna go with Logan
Ooh.
because Seth. Throw it this way: we were talking, Ricky, and Kay, that last year Seth was like one of the superstars of the year,
Yes.
and how'd he do that? He lost the most matches in like all of wrestling.
He was
last
also
year.
assigned with getting Cody over like Rover.
Yeah. So Seth doesn't need wins to be the best superstar on the roster.
So are you saying he's going to be like a Shawn Michaels type character?
Yeah, exactly. He is the modern day Shawn Michaels, in my opinion. He's phenomenal in every single way.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't win a match, who gives a fuck? Put the kid over.
Listen, it's good for the business.
Yeah, it's honestly, you could stick him in a main event at any time and it's believable.
That's true. And
Because he's so over.
of anybody not named Cody Rhodes on the roster, the only person who has been Roman Reigns' perfect foil has been Seth Rollins during this run.
Yes.
Because that actually went to a DQ finish, if everybody remembers. Roman could not beat Seth. I think it was a SummerSlam he came out, and he came out as a Shield.
Yeah.
It was. No, Rumble.
Was it Rumble?
It was last year's Rumble.
Roman couldn't.
Was it?
It was either Rumble or a SummerSlam, but it was Rumble. I think you're right. I think it was Rumble last year. Roman could not beat Seth. Roman used it was Rumble. Thank you, Fretch. Because Seth came out as a Shield and played the perfect Joker foil, and Roman DQ'd himself.
I remember.
So that is the only other foil to Roman's reign right now. And Seth can pull the argument if Roman wins that you never actually beat me.
Maybe
That's a good story.
Maybe summer.
That's a good summer story right there too. So, Kay, who do you have? Are you gonna? I got Seth. Will has Logan.
I have Seth as well.
What's Seth?
I'm gonna go with Logan.
What's Seth gonna come out as? I like Mr.
don't
Fred said he
know.
comes out as Joker, which I think would be perfect.
Joker would be perfect. Because of the references in the film.
Pee Wee Herman. He's gonna go. Ha-ha!
No,
not
no,
Pee-wee, not
stop.
Pee-wee.
I am afraid of Pee Wee Herman. I don't want that.
A lot of people are afraid of Pee Wee Herman.
Ugh, I hated that.
Yeah. So.
He's gonna come out as Jake Paul.
That'd be great. Absolutely great. Let's move on. Hell in a Cell. Edge versus what we know now, Demon Finn Balor in that god-awful red Hell in a
Ugh.
Cell.
No. They got rid of the red
It's not
one.
red. Is it
They're
going to be
doing-
gray?
Yes.
Oh my god, thank you. Thank you so much. I do not want to see red.
It's over.
I would not want to see red. Thank you, Triple H. That's totally a Triple H move. He's like, God damn it, go to hell with this. To hell with this red.
We sold enough toys for it. Just go sit down.
Yeah.
Believe me, if we do this, people are gonna think I'm in charge. All right, just let me do it. Yes, you can still book a loss.
Edge Finn Balor, Hell in a Cell. This is going to be. I don't know where you put this.
Fun.
I maybe put it on Sunday.
I too.
Yeah,
I
put it
do,
on Sunday.
yeah.
Demon Finn returns, which is going to be fantastic. That's going to be a fantastic entrance. We're probably getting Brood-ish Edge.
I heard Gangrel's coming back
That would
to be with Edge.
that would be great if we get Gangrel and Edge doing their entrance again. That would be good.
It's probably gonna be Brood Edge versus Demon Finn.
Oh yeah, no, that's what they've been alluding to with their promos and stuff. I love it. In my opinion, as we move with this, I think Finn needs to beat Edge.
I agree.
Yes.
I think Finn needs a win. Finn needs a win.
And Finn does win.
Finn needs a win in the worst way. I think Finn does win. Edge is already in the Hall of Fame. This is just fun for him. I also think this is Edge's last Mania. I don't think Edge makes the 40.
I could see that.
I think this is Edge's last Mania. I think Edge does not make it the 40. And I think we're beginning the Edge retirement tour, which is fine. Good for fucking Edge.
Great run.
Yeah.
Great second run. Listen, he had a great first run and great second run. And he main evented the Mania when he finally got back in front of a crowd with Roman and Bryan. It's great.
He main evented with Undertaker.
He main evented with Undertaker, which Undertaker tried to give him the win, and Edge refused.
Ooh, Mr. Fred said SmackDown in Toronto this August. The tour ends there.
Interesting.
That makes sense.
Oh, that'll be powerful. He retires in Toronto. Whew.
I could see it.
Oh, that's beauty right there. But I think, are we unanimous here? Finn wins.
Yeah, Finn.
Does someone get thrown off the top of a cell?
Nah.
No.
Put through it. Like the mat.
Okay, that's fine. That works for me. Yeah, Finn wins all around. Demon Finn wins. Meat slapping majesty. Well, that will be the Intercontinental Championship triple threat match. The Intercontinental Champion Gunther versus Sheamus. Versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre because they needed something for Drew to do. I don't know how this match is gonna go, but I love it. No one's
Great those dump.
That's great. I'm very excited for this. I would have been more excited if Gunther got a singles match, but this is going to be a banger, an absolute banger of a match.
I already have my fantasy booking.
Tell it. Let's hear it.
All right, so Gunther's winning, obviously.
Yes, he has to.
I think the Pete Dunne Gunther feud returns for the Intercontinental title.
Well, okay, funny that you say that because I don't know if you've heard, there are inklings that Butch is going to be retired.
I heard that too. That they're bringing back the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne gimmick.
Which apparently was in the works, but then the Brawling Brutes got hot, and so they had to stick with it.
Yeah.
So, but continue.
That UK feud was so fucking hot.
Do you remember how it ended?
And violently.
Violently.
Yes, at NXT Takeover New York. My God, Pete Dunne got obliterated that weekend.
Murdered. I think Pete's coming for him. So Gunther's gonna retain the title at Mania, and Peter is coming.
Honestly, yes, all around. We've been having Pete on the sidelines long enough. It's time for him to shine. He's still in his mid-20s. Like it's time for him to go. You know, I think Gunther takes this. This is going to be a hell of a match. They're going to kill each other. I'm thinking a mixture of what happened at Extreme Rules between Imperium and the Brawling Brutes versus like what happened at Clash of the Castle.
I was saying this could be Clash in the Castle Part 2
with Drew McIntyre involved. It's going to be great. Yeah. Will, you're pretty silent on this one. Have you not figured out who wins?
No, Gunther wins, of course. I agree with everything you guys are saying, but I do think Drew deserves to be in this match. I think he adds. He adds a little bit more.
I think he's familiar.
And he's going to
familiarity.
Yeah, and it's like him and Sheamus have had a good feud. Sheamus and Gunther have had a good feud. You know, Gunther and Drew didn't have a good feud, but who cares? Throw them all together.
Mm-hmm.
I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense because, like I said last week, they all deserve singles matches, but it's not enough people, so throw them together. Like Drew deserves to have a match on WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Like I agree. Walter Sheamus is the match we want to see, but do you do that at the expense of Drew?
Fair.
Throw them together.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I'm very excited for this. It is going to be, as Kay would say, meat slapping majesty.
Yeah. It is unfortunate. The story isn't really about Gunther. Like I said.
Yeah,
That
that is the bad part about
like
this.
he's just kind of like the side piece to this. The story is between Drew and Sheamus.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, Drew's gonna like hit Sheamus with the Claymore. Gunther's just gonna toss him out of the ring and pin him, but he's gonna steal the win. Gunther's gonna steal the win.
Yeah, I like how they made Gunther cut a promo. It's like, I'm going to show you that I am the ring general. So this is a showcase match for Gunther. Like as much as he showcased what he can do at the Rumble, which I thought was a great spot for him to go up against Cody for 20 fucking minutes. They literally had a mini match at the end of the Rumble, which was great.
It was so good.
This is Gunther's biggest match in his career. He probably knows of it. This is a huge match for him.
His first Mania too.
Yeah, it's his first Mania, and he did the work. He got in shape, and there's not a bad thing anybody says about him on the roster.
I'm excited for the match.
I am too.
Like I said, Gunther has won me over.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. He has won me over. This is gonna be it's a fun, incredible match, and this can be more entertainment than it has to be story.
It's going to be a lot of slaps.
That's
fine. It's going to be a lot of slaps. A lot. Let's move on to, WWE remembered the women in the last couple of weeks.
Did they?
No.
Well, here's Charlotte, who believes she's a face.
She doesn't act like one though.
Yeah.
She's just a bad face.
Here's Charlotte, who believes he's a face.
Rhea's doing pretty solid. I like Rhea's motivation.
Yeah, Rhea's just Rhea. I like Rhea's like, I have to beat you before, which is cool as well. I really don't like the fact that they didn't really play up Charlotte beating her last time.
They should have.
Didn't. They haven't, and I think that's a misstep on their part.
Their pull apart on SmackDown was good.
Oh yeah, but a little fight,
It's kind of funny because I had a guest on Talking with Tarashuk that actually dropped today. This guy from Massachusetts. He likes a big wrestling fan. So at the end of my podcast, I get to let the guest ask a question, and he asked me about WrestleMania. He asked me like, he's so pumped for this match. He's like, how excited are you for this match? I gotta tell you, Keith. I like Rhea, I like Charlotte, but I gotta tell you, I couldn't give a fuck about this match.
That's so true.
It's true, dude. Like, the match is gonna be great. It's gonna be fun to watch, but the story,
it's not there.
And, like the motivations, it's just
not. The
there's too many. There's too many better things on this card.
Yeah.
Like if this was just built for Backlash or Night of Champions, I'd be like, great. This is a mid card feud on a main event pay-per-view.
You're absolutely correct. 100% correct. Yeah.
But Rhea wins.
I think Rhea wins. Yeah, I don't. It doesn't serve Charlotte to win.
Like she's doing a good job.
Yeah.
Rhea's doing a good job. Her character's there. Her promos are there. In-ring work there. Presence there. Fan reaction there. Mm-hmm. It's just, who cares?
It's because Charlotte's not a believable face. Like her promo on SmackDown, she tried. Like she tried. She tried. It's just not that. No one believes it.
Yeah.
I love my dad promo.
Where she's like, I worked my ass off. I earned everything, and we were just like, yeah, nah.
They say she said that in the back of my mind. I'm like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
Like Ashley loves her dad. Charlotte doesn't love that. Charlotte fucking hates her dad.
I do like how she also leaked that she's a 14-time world champion. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. But she has to lose to get to. She's gonna break 17.
Yeah.
She's gonna break 17, and that'll be her big claim to fame. She's won the worst world titles of anybody that WWE recognizes.
Charlotte's a part-time wrestler. Just doesn't want to admit it.
In her instance now, she's going for the feuds. I think Rhea's the perfect feud for her. I think Rhea should win. You set up Charlotte, Rhea 3 down the road.
I mean, you do need to do this match. Look, I totally understand. Like, we all wanted Bianca.
We want Bianca Charlotte.
Rhea. That's the better match. Yeah. Or Bianca Charlotte even. Yeah. But we don't know how much longer Charlotte wants to wrestle, so you have to do this match now, because you might not be able to do it again.
Understandable.
So I understand why they did the match, and for that reason, like again, it's gonna be a great match. There's no stakes.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty interesting premium live event or pay-per-view. It really is.
It's a great
Yeah.
card.
Yes.
Top to bottom, well, the
bottom's
pretty
pretty-
bad.
the
but
bottom's
the
pretty
top
bad.
to like lower middle is great.
Yeah. And I remember we were bitching about, I think like a month ago, like, who the fuck is going to be on this card? And then, as usual, WWE is like, well, here you go. And you're like, God damn it.
Well, we knew it was on the card. They just had to finalize
Yeah.
everything else. Yeah, they
Yeah.
just had to finalize
Yeah,
it.
so I got Rhea, Will's got Rhea. Kay, who do you have?
Daddy. Duh.
Well, I don't even know why I ask you sometimes, to be honest with you.
Because you have to.
that again, yes, I do have to.
Mr. Wild P, they have years to do that match. He's saying Bianca and Rhea should have been the match. It's like, but they're
have
both
years
so young
to
in
do
their
that. They have
prime.
years.
They have 14 matches ahead
Yeah,
of them.
they have years to
Yeah.
do that. Let's move on to a video package that helped save this match. I will tell you that.
Yeah,
Saved this match so much. Beyond,
I forget Asuka's accolades all the time.
you know, because you know what? She dwindled a little bit after Charlotte beat her in New Orleans.
Yeah,
That was such a mistake.
Like even when she won titles,
It didn't
she was
seem
still
as
dwindling.
big. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of the give and take of being undefeated for so goddamn long.
like for as successful as she is, it still feels like they booked her
Yeah,
poorly.
and she's wildly successful. Like she was, and I love that they brought back the Kana. They haven't let her go full psychotic Joker yet, which I really hope they do. And here's the thing that we're not talking about with Bianca Belair, and I actually remember this because I was on Bots and Chair Shots the other week talking about the history of the European title. Number one, Bianca is the longest reigning African American champion in WWE history, men or women.
She passed.
did know
He
that.
passed Kofi.
Yeah, she passed, and also Bianca's.
She's approaching the Raw Women's Championship record too.
She's gone 1 year as champion. Remember, she won this title at Mania last year from Becky. She has not lost. So, and again, you can also argue that Bianca is Mrs. WrestleMania. It's either Bianca or Charlotte. You know, pick your poison.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, that's very valid.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I think Bianca's run has just been kind of forgotten about since SummerSlam.
Because they haven't focused on it, and like,
Yeah, I always like when I
Yeah.
watch Raw, like, oh yeah, Bianca's on the card. I have forgotten about Bianca Belair
It's-
in the past few
it's
months.
sad
She's just-
because-
she hasn't even like been there. No, there's no buzz around
it's a
her.
victim of Roman, Cody, Sammy being all hot at the same time.
I mean,
yeah.
don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really good stuff
Yeah.
right now that deserves the time.
Mm-hmm.
But she's kind of just an afterthought. I mean, still a great run. This is gonna be a great
Yeah.
match, but there's just no
You know what
buzz.
it is? You know what it is? Well, it's that this reminds me the way that there's a lot of hot storylines right now. This reminds me of it almost reminds me of like a resurgence of an Attitude Era where like everybody's going, and if you're not with it, you're going to be forgotten about.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know that's what it feels like to
Like
me.
even Dom has more buzz than this match. This is
Yeah.
a title
Yeah.
match. But Dom had the benefit of like those social media exclusives.
The video
that you saw
packages.
that's circulated online, that the holidays and the arrest.
'Cause you know why?
That circulated
They
online
l-
and then made it on
They
television.
leaked them on the day of the holidays.
Yeah,
which is
it's
brilliant.
hilarious. Yeah, they just posted on this social exclusive. Like those things actually
matter.
work. If those things go viral, you have a way better storyline on
Yeah,
television.
they matter.
Yeah,
They matter
do.
a lot. With all this said about Bianca, I'll make the first pick here. Bianca doesn't need to win.
Bianca, I agree. Yeah,
Bianca doesn't.
I agree,
I'm
Bianca.
not gonna say Bianca. I was gonna say Asuka wins. Bianca
You say
I think
Asuka?
I'll
Bianca doesn't need this win at this point in her career, and I think it'd be good for Bianca to lose, especially because
What does she do, though?
Asuka is not one of the horsewomen. She's undefeated against
Right.
horsewomen at Mania, which is good, and I think that's something she needs to keep, especially if she's going to go up against Charlotte somewhere down the road. But she can lose to Asuka because I think Asuka needs a Mania win.
But what does she do after?
I don't know. That's the problem.
That's a problem.
yeah.
That's a problem. And if you want her to be your big star that she
Mm-hmm.
is, because she is still a great star, great with kids, good merch. you know,
Fantastic real life
she
story,
is
by the
still
way,
a-
too.
Yes, and she is very much a face of the company.
Uh-huh.
Even though this match has no buzz, she is a very good representative for the
There are
company.
people who are going to
so
show
if
about
you take the title
WrestleMania.
off her, what does she
Yeah,
do?
there are people going to be showing up at WrestleMania just to see a Bianca Belair match.
Yeah, of course. But kids love her.
Yeah.
Fucking my girlfriend loves her. So she better
kids
win.
and women love her a lot.
Yeah.
It's
I
great.
love her too.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Bianca Belair. She is a massive star.
But
No, I love
This is-
she debuted
what
on
does she
NXT.
I don't know what you do. I mean, it's what do you
Like unless she just spends some time hanging out with Tez and this gets involved in theirs and they make some storylines with the two of them.
There could be a whole big switch up with Tez and all of them after Mania because I think that is coming down the pipe too.
Yeah.
It is
Draft season is coming up.
Is the draft actually happening? Is it draft
Like,
I
or shakeup?
heard it's hold on, let me look at my calendar. I want to say around April 10th.
Mm-hmm.
Like I heard after Mania, Trips wants to do the draft.
Listen, I'm okay
Makes
with
sense.
that. I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that
My
too.
guess
But like,
is April 10th and April 14th.
So pretty much about a week or two afterwards.
Yes.
Interesting. My thing is that it's the problem any of the women's division has in WWE once they're not going for a title. What do they do? Because the tag team titles have failed. Everybody knows that.
yeah.
Tag team titles are a disaster and a half. NXT does a better job at the women's tag titles.
Yeah, and Ricky, we talked about this a few weeks ago as well. How women like. Well, okay, can I ask you this question? Can you think of
Sure.
any women's wrestling storyline that was a main event that didn't involve a title and didn't lead to a title?
No.
That's a problem.
It's a huge deal. Yeah.
They don't prioritize women. They never really have.
Like
And
they
they
can't book women without a title. They don't know how to.
You know, they pretend to like care about women's wrestling and how to book women's wrestling. But they don't care. They don't prioritize women's storylines, which is why Bianca Belair has been the champion for a year and we don't remember half the shit she did because the men, like again, while obviously the space is deserved for these storylines, they let the women fall to the wayside every time.
And we did talk about that a little bit because I think a big thing that Will and I agreed on is that there's not enough female writers in that room. At all.
No.
Yeah, I do.
And the
agree with
ones
that.
and the one
Yeah,
times that they
100%.
do have one, like they had great storylines. Like Otis and Mandy was written by a female, and they fired her. You know?
Oh, that's great. That was really good. Honestly, that was memorable.
Otis and Mandy was written
That was
by a
a fun
female,
time.
and she was part of those budget cuts. You know the ones that Vince McMahon used.
Johnny Gargano said
what?
this. He's like, it's easy to be good. It's more difficult to be memorable.
It's a great line.
Yeah.
The great line. And that storyline with Otis and Mandy, but it wasn't necessarily good, but it was memorable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was memorable.
it's memorable, and there's not enough memorable non-title storylines for these women.
Yeah.
You know, and that is an issue. I mean, if it's going to be like here's the thing, it's also like non-major title because like it's either you're going for a title or you're nothing. Same with the tag titles.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what.
So that's why I think Bianca keeps
Yeah.
it because she's just, and I think she deserves it.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, especially if you want to make Asuka go crazy. Like this is their first of this feud too.
That's
Like,
correct.
WrestleMania
That's correct.
can kick off. I know WrestleMania is supposed to be a closing time, but it can also be at the beginning time. Like Ray and Dom have a feud, Rhea and Charlotte have a feud. Like these are all their first meetings.
That's true. It is WrestleMania is about ends and beginnings.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah.
So it could work. I'm still gonna go with Asuka. Will's going Bianca. Kay, who do you have?
What's wild is I think Will just sold me on Bianca winning because I was going to say Asuka. Because it's true, like Asuka hasn't gone, full crazy yet, and losing would do that. The only other way I could see her going full crazy if she wins at Mania, but when she drops, she'll go full crazy.
Huh.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, okay, that's fine. But you do need
Okay,
something
so
to
maybe
to build up her crazy though. Like she's been kind of fooling around, but like there needs to be an incentive for her to lose her mind. And like up
Yeah.
the ante. I get what you're saying, Kay.
But I think maybe getting the title and then losing the title might fuck her up more than just losing at Mania. So okay, you know what? Maybe I'll stick with Asuka. Asuka will win, and when she loses the title, she's gonna fucking snap.
That could work. Well, I'm interested in this match too, Because this also has the makings
too.
of being like Bianca's essentially a powerhouse, and Asuka can knock you out literally with a spinning back fist. Like no one's been. Like this is a great clash of styles. So I'm interested to see how this goes. Well, let's move on to also another. This is the Here Come the Women segment of the show. And it's really interesting that a match featuring essentially potentially 4 bona fide Hall of Famers, present and future, is this low in our prediction card. You have
And
No,
Dakota Kai.
literally.
well, I said 4. I was leaving out Dakota Kai and Io because I don't think they're there yet. You have Pam, aka Bailey, and Damage Control, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai versus Trish Stratus, who doesn't age. It is gross how amazing
Literally.
she looks. Becky, who has just fantastic shape after just having a child, and Lita. Becky and Lita are the tag champions, but the tag titles aren't being defended. And this is just a fun.
Oh, they're
No,
not?
it's a 6-woman tag. We don't have a trios title. This is an AEW. Yeah, so Trish is fighting. Trish is coming out of retirement again and fighting. So Lita, Trish, Becky versus Damage Control. It's gonna be fun. It'll be a match. It's a thing. I'm just happy anytime I see Trish on my screen and Lita.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fine.
it's fine.
Yeah, I'm indifferent.
It's fine. Becky also, if you saw Raw, Becky also kind of ripped Io Sky a new one.
Oh, she did.
Oh yeah, she went the boat.
Yeah.
I was like, you're doing nothing.
I was like, wow, that
It
came from the heart,
reminded me
Becky.
Have you ever seen the clip of Tyra Banks on America's Next Top
I've heard
Model
about it.
eliminating that girl Tiffany? And she's like, we were all rooting for you. It was giving that.
I mean, she's got a point, but I also think that's also that's a shot at creative too from Becky, being like, hey, they're supposed to be somebody, you're making them do nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's true. It's another thing. Like, listen, if there was, and I love how that led into Becky and Io having a match, and Io looked great. Like, Io looked great in that match. And I think it is time for Damage Control to kind of separate, because I think this is going to be the end of Damage Control. Because I think it needs to end.
Yeah, I'm a little bored.
It needs to end. Io needs to go on her own. Bailey needs to be Bailey. And Dakota Kai can be Dakota, doing something.
Dakota Kai can join with Rousey and what's-her-face, Baszler.
Dakota Kai can become the newest member of Judgment Day. She goes into all black.
I could see
I
it,
can see it
honestly.
too, actually. But if you think you're gonna have Lita, Becky, and Trish on the team and not have them win, you have something else coming. They are winning this match.
I feel like I'll be more excited when Mania actually happens, but like, I feel like if you told me a few years ago we were getting Becky and Lita as the tag champs, I would have been so excited. Now I'm like, meh. Because again, there's so much going on that like I forget about the women every time. I feel bad.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like if WrestleMania was one night, this match probably would have been cut.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. No, you're absolutely correct.
Actually, all the rest of them would have been cut.
Yeah.
All the rest of the matches we're going to talk about, they all would have been
Yeah,
cut.
because the other matches we're talking about are not going to be anything great.
Honestly, dude, like if you had this really would have been the best one night WrestleMania of all time if it was like a 5-hour show and it was just all the matches we had before this one.
Yeah,
That's a 10 out of 10 card. Like this is a great card, but the rest of these matches are kind of just like who gives a shit?
I will say,
Participation.
I will
trophies,
say, I will say, Becky, Lita, and Trish did have a good segment on Miz TV, where Miz kind of just played the sacrificial lamb. I was like, why are you going to talk to 3 women like that and try to? I was like, Miz, shut up, Miz, shut up, Miz, shut up, Miz, get out of the ring. You've been digging a hole. But I love it. That's Miz being Miz. But yeah, Becky, Lita, and Trish are winning this. I'll move on to, like Will said, the participation trophies. The men's showcase fatal 4-way
I forgot about
tag.
this.
Everybody forgets about this. I'm going to forget about it when it comes up. It's like, this is still happening?
This is like, oh yeah, they have 2 nights. Shit. Come motherfucker.
Yeah, this is such a
Time to get
pre-show
pissed off
match.
again.
Here's the thing about this. If this were to lead to something, I would be okay.
Yeah, it's like not even a tag match. It's not even a title match. It's just, yeah, well, 2 nights.
Which is,
It's to showcase the fucking tag
but here's the
teams.
thing. they did a variation of this match on Raw, and it was really entertaining.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you kind of spoiled it now. Like, they're dead in the water. Or like, what are you gonna do?
Again, the match is going to be fun. Everyone can wrestle.
Everybody can go. They all
Like, there's not going to be a bad match. That's the problem with AEW, too. There's no such thing as a bad match in AEW, and sometimes that's a problem.
Yeah.
You need bad matches just to be bored
Yeah.
and to get excited for something else.
To make the main event matches better. I get that. You need a variation. This is going to be great, but I just, like, it doesn't lead to anything, and I really don't care. I think whatever, give it to the Street Profits or Ricochet and Braun. Like, I don't care.
Yeah,
My prediction is Street Profits.
Yeah.
Like, I'm totally cool if these guys are on a WrestleMania card because they don't deserve to be on a WrestleMania card because they're not that good. They don't do much.
No, but they all, which guys?
All of them. I mean, they all can wrestle, but, like, they're not used and not in the storyline.
Yeah, I don't think you'd say they're not good because you just said they all can go. So I think they are that good, but I think the bigger issue is that they're not. Hey, Slack's here. I think that.
Hi, Slackery.
I think that it's more so they're not in any storyline that's worth a damn.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and that's the issue. So like,
no one's going to see this match.
Yeah, exactly. I will say, if Montez Ford hits the switch frog splash like he did on Monday, I'm sold. Did you see what he did?
I mean, it's gonna be spot. It'll be spot fest, but
No, but did you see that frog splash he hit? Where he's
no. Oh, over Braun.
No. He did a 180 during the frog splash.
That.
Yeah, he reversed. He reversed. I was like, "That's insane. You should have saved that for Mania." But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a match. I'm not even going to make a prediction on this because it's a thing. Also, it's a thing. Here come the women yet again. Women's showcase match, and somehow
This one's even
somehow
worse.
Ronda made it. Ronda made it to WrestleMania. And you know, the one thing I can say about the men's showcase match is that at least they're actual tag teams.
Yeah, this is a
This
joke.
is all three. I mean, Chelsea and Sonya literally just became a team on Monday.
Ronda Rousey won the Royal Rumble last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How far she's fallen.
You know what
good.
really ruined it for her? She fucked up Shotzi at Extreme Rules. She messed up a lot of those spots. That really killed it for her.
Can I just say, I love that they're calling Italian Shotzi's team the Blackhearts.
They're called what?
The Blackhearts.
Are they really?
Yes, I saw it on Twitter.
Interesting.
That's good.
Good for them.
That's cute.
Yeah.
It's a shame Liv's in this, because Liv did have a good year.
Yeah.
You know, it is Liv. Of anybody who had a good year, it's probably Liv Morgan out of all of them in this.
Yeah, I know. Oh, this is where she belongs.
You know, but they're not being used. Like, if you made this like in, I don't know, take out half of these competitors, make it a fatal 4-way for, I don't know, a women's mid-card title, boom, you have a good story there. Be the first of something.
We're never going to get it,
I'm
Ricky.
going to talk about it till the day I die, because it needs to happen, and they need to.
It does. They're never
They
going
need to
do
melt
it.
those tag titles and just make it a mid-card title or something.
They don't care about women
Yeah.
enough to do that, Ricky.
So I don't know who wins. I mean, at this point, give it to Liv and Raquel.
It's Shayna. Unfortunately.
Liv and Raquel?
They're the only
maybe?
actual... No. Shayna and Ron are the only legitimate tag team.
Actually, screw it. Give it to Shotzi. Give it to not Ronda. Give it to Chelsea and Sonya.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Bye.
I'm really hard not trying to make a Sonya Deville gun joke. But yeah.
That's right.
Give it to Chelsea and Sonya at this point. Totally swerve everybody. Which is a shame because I think Sonya's just a filler because something happened to Carmella, which no one's talking about, which I feel kind of weird.
What do you mean something happened to Carmella?
Well, because initially it was Chelsea and Carmella were about to be like a duo, and they fit really well on camera. But ever since that 1 week, Carmella hasn't been on TV.
Oh. She hurt?
I don't know.
Oh, there's tea.
I don't know. I don't know. It's really interesting. So there's that. But that eventually, folks, is all the matches, all 12 matches. Undisclosed injury. Thank you, Mr. Welby. Those are all the 12 matches for WrestleMania. Remember, WrestleMania is live April 1st and Sunday, April 2nd at 8 Eastern each night. on Peacock in the States and WWE Network everywhere else. So here we go, folks. Time to crown it. How well do you think this WrestleMania will be? Kay Murphy.
I think I'll give it a 8.5.
Okay, solid. Will Tarashuk.
Oh, I give it a 10.
Going 10 again, going big.
I'm going 10. I mean, last year was one of my favorite WrestleManias ever.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, there's matches I don't care about, but no matches I'm going, I don't want to see it. We forgot about Brock and Almost, by the way.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Almost wins.
Wow.
Almost
Brock
wins.
wins.
No, I agree.
Almost wins. Brock, I don't know why I didn't have it on. I didn't put that on there. My total apologies. Let's talk about that
We
real
also
quick.
got the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Which
That's
Bobby
on
Lashley's gonna
SmackDown.
win.
That's
It's
on
on
Friday.
SmackDown.
It's SmackDown.
Poor Bobby Lashley, man.
I feel really bad for Bobby Lashley. Okay, so all right, so there's Almost and Brock. Brock's gonna sell that like no one's business. Brock is into this feud. Almost as well.
Brock is into the feud.
Yeah.
He is into the feud. I do think he's into the feud.
Yeah. Almost as
Good
well.
point, Ricky. That's You know what? I might be right. So yeah. Anyway, I do give it 10 crowns because there's matches I don't care about, but no match I don't want to see.
Yeah.
Like every single match on this card, be like, okay, I can watch this match. Well, maybe except the women's 4-way tag match, but all right, they get them all again. They get them all again.
Yeah.
But everything else, like that's gonna be a great match. 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 I'm gonna be thoroughly entertained by the show.
You're gonna be
with
sports
storylines
entertained.
I genuinely care about and outcomes I want to see happen, and I'm gonna be happy and angry. So this is just everything you want in WrestleMania. This card on paper is outstanding.
Yeah.
It's outstanding. The Hollywood, the marketing, the way it's been sold. I am very excited for this WrestleMania. They have done a phenomenal job. Triple H's first WrestleMania, I think, has been so far very,
Yeah.
very well done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so on this. WrestleMania for me is gonna be a feast in more than one way. Because I'm currently, fun story, we'll talk about this on the post show. I'm in the middle of a fast because I just want to fast. So I haven't eaten in like 2 days.
Good God.
Yeah, I'm working straight on water and adrenaline. So I haven't eaten in 2 days. So that's okay. So I'm going to, my plan is I'm going to literally break fast WrestleMania Saturday morning. That's my day. So I'm very excited. I'm going to be feasting. I'm going to be eating. This card is phenomenal. The presentation is going to be phenomenal. That stadium is built for WrestleMania. Like, they are going to do so much. I'm not Muslim. I don't do Ramadan. I just so happen to be fasting during Ramadan, whatever.
I had the same question, by the way. I'm glad someone else asked it.
I'm Lutheran, by history, technically.
Ramadan Ricky.
Although, if that wasn't such a controversial thing, I would love to have it as a nickname, but that's not me. But back to WrestleMania. This is going to be a fantastic presentation, fantastic show. The matches are all going to deliver. The crowd is going to be into it like nobody's. They're still selling tickets. They're still opening up sections for this.
Can I
This is
change
a high.
mine to a 9?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you can change it to a 9, but I'm going to go. I don't know if it's going to be. There's so many WrestleManias that I've been to that I've been like, wow, that was a perfect 10. Like 32, was it 30? No, not 32. 30.
31?
No, that I've been to.
33
33 in Orlando
New
was
Orleans.
10.
Oh, Orlando was a 10. Yeah, well, that was
Orlando
a
was a
great WrestleMania
10.
in Orlando. That was a great, the ending with Roman Taker was kind of poopy.
It's only poopy because he came
fine.
back. It's
Yeah.
poopy because he came back. 35 was, I think, damn near perfect.
35,
Yeah.
34 in New Orleans was also really
Yeah,
fun.
35 was damn near perfect.
35 was too long and it rained.
After the match was over, which I thought was funny.
Yeah.
You know.
So 35 was a lot of fun. Nate and I had a
35.
lot of fun.
Last year's was so much fucking fun.
Last year's was like I said, one of my favorites of all time. It's that 25 and 24 and 30 are my favorites.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be up there. I don't know if I'm ready to give it a 10 yet. I want to give it a room for it to grow and impress me. But I'm going to go 9.5. I'm going to go 9.5.
All right, so we got 9, 9, 5,
Yeah,
and a 10.
9.
I should give it a 9. I should give it a 9. Not 9, 7, 5.
You're gonna be Dave. You're gonna be
Yeah, I'm
Dave.
gonna be Dave. I'm gonna pull a Dave here.
Go
I'm
ahead
sorry.
and pull Dave. So that's all for WrestleMania. But like I said, we are going to sprinkle in a little bit of NXT Stand Deliver, which is going to happen on Saturday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time.
Oh fuck! I might need to watch this too then.
God.
I do. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of do want to watch it. I'm curious.
I'll tell you what's on the card.
I might watch
This
it.
is actually a pretty loaded card. Does not follow the takeover format. They have about 6 to 7 matches on this card. I forgot how much. I think it's like 7 or something like that. So it's essentially their own night of WrestleMania. It's a pretty good card from what I've seen. Since I've been watching NXT, there's a couple of matches like whatever, but there's still things that are very interesting. For instance, finally we get Braun Breaker versus Carmelo Hayes for the NXT title. This has been booked.
It's time.
This has been booked as historically the youngest main event by age in WrestleMania weekend history. These guys were also both drafted in the same recruiting class.
How old are they?
Braun Breaker's like less than 25, and Carmelo Hayes is like probably at 25. They are really young. They are uber talented. Carmelo Hayes more so than Braun Breaker. Everybody knows it. Braun Breaker's had this title for a very, very long time. It's hard to, and he's had this title for almost over a year. He's held the title for a year as well, and it's hard to picture Braun Breaker. What does he do without that title? Good thing he has a North American Championship to fall back on. Melo is 28. Thank you. So again, does Braun Breaker beat Melo, or does Melo lose and start getting bumped up to the main roster?
I think Melo wins, and Braun's moving up to the main roster.
I still
Probably.
maybe, I don't know. Melo's character, Melo and Trick's character is great. I think Melo's wearing something Kobe-like because he's going to be in LA for his gear.
Mm-hmm.
So Braun's 25, Melo is 28. Again, very young to be putting on this. This match is going to be fantastic. They gave him a great video package. It's going to be good. I would love for Mel to win, so he wins all the singles titles in NXT, but I wouldn't be surprised if he loses and he gets called up to maybe a revamped Hurt Business because he was pictured with MVP, and he was doing main event matches before Raw as
Interesting.
well. So, I mean, Melo's character is ready-made. He is absolutely ready-made. He has to be with Trick, though. He has to be with Trick, because Trick's the man. I don't know who goes here. We don't even have to make predictions on this, because we are running a little long in the tube, and I want to keep you guys moving. So that's that match. That's going to be the main event. We also have, luckily for everybody, it was a work. Roxanne Perez is back.
I heard that. It makes me very happy.
Okay, you understand. We were legit worried about this woman for a couple of shows.
I
heard.
was. I genuinely was.
I watched the show last night. So initially they said Roxanne didn't know if she was going to be able to defend, so they were going to create a fatal 5-way ladder match. So the women in NXT get a ladder match for the NXT Women's Championship. Roxanne comes back in a little video segment with her and Sean. And the way that they're weaving this story is that this is more, and it's an interesting take on this. And I like the swerve. Roxanne highlighted what I believe is a real life thing, her issues with her mental health and her anxiety. So the reason that they gave for her passing out was that she was exhausted physically, but also her anxiety kicked in. She had pretty much essentially a panic attack, it's essentially during that and passed out. And so her whole thing was like, the doctor said it was a mixture of my anxiety as well as just overexhaustion. And she was like, they said I'm clear to go and I want to defend. And Shawn Michaels, being the older guy, he's like, listen, I care about your mental health. I care about you as a person. Maybe you get a few matches under your wing again, and then we put you to defend your title. And she's like, no, absolutely not. Like, I deserve to defend my title, blah, blah. And Shawn reluctantly was like, all right, I'll put you in the match, but you better be on top of your doctors and continually getting tested and stuff. So I thought it was a good little kind of swerve in the story that they're highlighting. She's like, she pretty much said, if I don't defend this, then I'm letting my anxiety win. Like, she goes, I have to do this. Mm-hmm. So it's a good story.
So she's winning for her
That's how you beat
anxiety.
anxiety. You just deal with it.
So yeah, it's about her mental health and her anxiety. Again, I think it's a great story. Something that maybe the women's division up in Raw and SmackDown could use. Something creative like that. But we have a ladder match with Gigi Dolan, aka Priscilla Kelly, Tiffany Stratton, who is literally Trish Stratus incarnate, Indy Hartwell, which I believe this will be her swan song, Zoe Stark, and Laya Valkyria, who's relatively new but hella athletic. This is a women's ladder match for the NXT Women's title. Usually the men get the spot. The North American title was the ladder match last year. So I'm interested to see what they can do. NXT always does a better job of presenting their women and giving them creative matches. The last time I had something as interesting as this reminds me of Asuka Nikki Cross, the last woman standing match. That was back in Full Sail. That was a fucking fantastic match. Absolutely fantastic match. So that's that. In the mid-card, speaking of the North American title, this is a fatal 5-way that is going to lose. It's gonna steal the show. You have Wesley, Ilya Dragunov, who, if you remember Ilya Dragunov, he's the one that almost died to Walter a couple of times in NXT UK.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I remember him.
JD McDonough, the Irish ace.
Oh, yeah, he's back.
JD McDonough is actually really good. Axiom.
Jordan Devlin.
Yeah, Jordan Devlin. JD McDonough, rebranded.
Is that Callisto?
No, that's, well...
In Sin
No,
Cara?
well, one's Axiom. I forgot what his real name is, but no, the one that looks like Kalisto is actually one of their biggest recruits in the wild. That's Dragon Lee.
No, dude, that's
That
Reggie.
is not Scripps. Please, my God, no, it's not Scripps. So Dragon Lee is debuting. He gets the NXT WrestleMania debut. He's one of their biggest stars that they have signed in a very, very long time. Already established on the Indies, so he's not a recruit. He comes very heralded from the Indies as well. It's going to be his first match. It's going to be... I don't know who wins this either. This is, again, going to steal the show. There's a lot of great workers in this match, and a lot could go on. Wesley could retain. Who knows? Moving on to the lower part of the card, and also another highlight match. Johnny Gargano, Grayson Waller, they're going to finish their story. Because if you remember, Grayson Waller is the one that retired Johnny from NXT. After he pretty much eviscerated Johnny during his retirement speech. And then we didn't see Johnny for a long time. Grayson Waller's become a top-level heel, and Johnny Gargano gets to do something since he's not doing anything on Raw at the moment. They really need to change his theme back, though, which is fucking a piece of shit. Did you hear about that? They changed Rebel Hard.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not.
Grayson Waller, this looks like every high schooler ever from like an 80s high school movie.
Like he looks like his name is Biff.
Yeah,
He does
right.
look like he's Biff.
Or Brian. It's a B name. It's like I'm a douchebag.
I wonder what Grayson's Waller real name is. If it is Brian, then kudos to both of you.
I hope it is. Let's give it a Google.
I'm looking right now.
All right, let's move on to this. Also, the NXT Tag Team Championship Triple Threat.
Matthew.
It's Matthew. Damn, he does look like a Matthew a little bit.
Matthew Farrelly.
He just turned 23.
Oh my God.
He's 33.
33. Sorry, my
There we
math
go.
was
All
wrong,
right,
33.
thank you, Mr. Wildby. So Axiom K, who we mentioned before, and that looks kind of like
It's
A-Kid, yeah.
I didn't realize that was him.
And
His name is Brad Taylor.
so the NXT Tag Team Champions, who are Gallus K. Murphy, yes. Gallus won the NXT Tag Titles. Are going up against the Creed Brothers, who are still a thing, because Diamond Mine is still a thing, even though Roddy Strong has been long gone. And then one of Will's almost favorite wrestlers, Tony D. Tony D and Stacks.
Who the fuck are these people?
You love Tony D.
Yeah.
Oh, Tony D'Angelo?
Yeah, Tony D'Angelo. Tony D. Yes.
Oh, he looks ridiculous.
He always does look
I don't like
ridiculous. Even when you knew him, he looked ridiculous.
Dude, who are these Creed bozos?
They're from Diamond Mine. The Creed Brothers are actually really good. They just have they're very bland character-wise, but they can work. They're former NCAA wrestlers,
Okay.
so they're like...
They just look so generic.
That's their
Oh,
issue.
yeah, they do look
That's their
generic.
issue.
Like that's like creator wrestler number 5.
Like the bottom of this card, Ricky. The top of this card had me sold. I don't know if
The
I'm
bottom,
sold
the
anymore.
bottom has some work to do, but these are all the title matches. I think Gallus retains, but that's just me. Like I said, we're not really making predictions, just telling you what the card is. Also here, the NXT Women's Tag Titles. We have, oh god, it's I was going to say Kayla Ray, but it's Alba Fire.
Alba Fire.
And what is the upper witch's name? I totally blanked.
Isla
There we go,
Dawn.
Alba Fire, Isla Dawn. And then you have Kiana James and whatever Brooks and Jensen's women is. I'm blanking on their names at the moment.
I don't know who those two women are.
Yeah, Kiana James is she looks like when she first debuted, she looked like kind of like every porn star slutty businesswoman ever. That was her look. And then the other one works for Brooks and Jensen. She's more the country down to earth girl next door. Tag title thing. It's going to be a match. It'll be interesting. And then the last match on this card, there's the last one. It's a fatal it's a 8-person mixed tag.
What the fuck is Chase U?
Listen, don't you mess with Andre Chase and Chase U. That's formerly Harlan Bravado of Evolve. He's doing great. Andre Chase, Duke Hudson, our big strong boy Tyler Bate.
Dude, who's Discount Hangman and Discount Bald Kyle O'Reilly?
Wait, is that fucking Grizzled
That's
Young
GYV.
Veterans?
Well, we've been through this.
Oh, for fuck's
Grizzled
sake.
Young Veterans with Joe
That's
Gacy
Grizzled Young.
and The Rock's daughter?
Yes, Grizzled Young Veterans, Joe Gacy, also known as Schism, and Ava Raine, who's The Rock's daughter, are going to be in a 8-person mixed tag against Chase U. The winner gets control of Chase U. That's a storyline. This is also interesting because, again, it is The Rock's daughter. It's going to be her first real match. I have not seen her wrestle. And Chase U has been around since NXT 2.0 started, and I do like Harlem Roboto, though.
Well, I stopped watching.
I know. So, yes, this is the girl formerly known as Pebbles when she was born. So she is getting her first really big live.
Oh, I get it. Rock and
Well,
Pebbles.
when she was born, The Rock nicknamed her Pebbles.
That's funny.
So it's going to be her first real match. I think she's 4th generation.
She is
She's
fourth
the first
generation
4th
superstar.
generation, so she gets her big debut at NXT Stand and Deliver. So it's gonna be an interesting one. This is gonna be probably hidden somewhere. A lot of good workers here, but the top of the card is gonna be a lot more important than the rest of this card. But that is all Stand and Deliver. Overall, I'm probably gonna give Stand. It's not Takeover style. Trust me. I'm gonna give it probably like a 7.58 for Stand and Deliver. That's what I'm expecting.
I'll watch it.
Listen,
It's gonna be wrestling weekend.
I'll
It's a big
watch
wrestling
it.
weekend. Order a lot of food. You're not leaving your couch at all.
Jazz and I are gonna do a full pizza, and then Detroit style
Yeah,
probably.
but like it's also 2 nights. Like, what do we?
I know. Then the next time we're gonna do it.
Like tomorrow.
Night 1, I have to work night 1, so I'll be watching while I work. But
Ooh.
night 2, I got off for Sunday night. Thank God.
And Ricky, I have like 8 pounds of wings. In
That's
my
right, because you
freezer.
went to BJ's. I got Will hooked on BJ's. K.
Yeah.
Good. I have to go to. I signed up for Costco, so I have to go to Costco.
There you go.
We also got this
Having them all.
massive box of fried ravioli.
Oh
my
yeah.
God. Oh my God! It's like there's 35 ravioli in the box. I'm just like, oh. Throw these in the air fryer and just put them in my mouth.
Yeah, what is everybody? I don't know what my meals are because Chinese food is going to be one of my meals. I just don't know.
Hoboken has really bad
That
Chinese food.
sucks,
That's the
dude.
thing.
Yeah, I don't even know, but I don't know if
know.
my meal's going to be night 1 or my Chinese meal is going to be night 1 or night 2. It's very
Fuck,
hard.
you know
Night
what? I
two,
I might take a risk and do Chinese. I haven't had Chinese in a long time. Fuck.
I
you,
might.
Ricky.
Maybe I'll order Chinese during work night 1 because night 2, I'm going to Rich and Kayland. I think we're gonna do like pizza, like
I
snacks.
honestly might do
I'll
both.
do
Dessert.
Chinese night 1, pizza night 2.
I actually might do Chinese both
So,
nights, or maybe pizza one night. Chinese
Why don't we?
one night.
We should all get Chinese night 1.
I'm down for that.
Dude, wonton soup, sky and pancake, and lo mein. That's my go-to. And what the fuck Jazz wants.
I will probably get General Tso's chicken, pork fried rice, pork fried dumplings.
What?
Oh,
Dumplings are great.
we might have to get some We might have to get some dumplings.
Maybe
too.
maybe some boneless syrups if I'm feeling a little feisty.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll do Chinese both nights. I don't know. My Chinese spot is really good, and they're cash only, so they're good. I don't trust places who use credit cards for their Chinese food. You gotta give me straight cash only. I don't know, but also we also have the possibility we can also go on a Discord chat for this as well for WrestleMania because we can do Discord live.
I'm gonna be high as fuck, but yeah.
We can do it like because
I will do my.
because we can do it because like I'm probably easily gonna be watching on like either PlayStation with Charles. Or Xbox, but if we're all on a Discord voice chat, which we could set up after the show and figure out the semantics, we can do that as well. So if anybody wants to join us for WrestleMania week night 1 and night 2, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I can hop in on my phone too.
Yeah, I can hop in on my PlayStation or my Xbox now because that they enable that for both systems finally, which is fantastic. But that's pretty much our entire WrestleMania card. We're barely under 2 hours. But again, I'm excited for it. I'm kind of upset that I'm not going to be there, but I'm also very happy that I don't have to go through all of that goddamn traffic. So,
Yeah,
Hey, man.
I have no interest in going to LA like ever.
Which
though
is
my
surprising
I'm only-
because,
I'm only
like,
going,
you're a big-
I'm only going because my friends get
surprising
married.
because you're a big movie buff, and like that's pretty much the birthplace of film is in LA.
Yeah. Hollywood sucks.
Well, yeah, you don't go to
I hate
Hollywood. You go to everything
No, but I
around
mean,
it.
in the industry of Hollywood.
Well, yes.
I love movies and watching shit and being entertained, but the industry of Hollywood just makes me sick.
Yeah.
So vapid and fake.
Oh, yeah.
So talented. It's such a double-edged sword, dude. I hate all of you, but goddamn, you're so good at what you do.
It's very, very true. Very, very true. So, yeah, no, WrestleMania's going to be a crazy time. Just hopefully you'll enjoy it. Don't expect any of us to be live tweeting WrestleMania. That's one of the big events that I just watch it. WrestleMania is meant for you to enjoy. Please remember that.
I've been doing this for 8 years. I've never live tweeted. So I'm not going to start
Because I do
now.
it for you.
I will do a handful here and there, but I can't live tweet the whole show. I'm always at a party.
Yeah, listen, folks. WrestleMania is the biggest event in pro wrestling each and every year. It's meant for you to enjoy. Also, if you're a mark, also remember that WrestleMania is not necessarily for you. It's for the general population. So will there be some things for you to enjoy during WrestleMania week? Yes, but you won't enjoy everything, and that's okay. The most important thing about WrestleMania is that everybody, for once in their goddamn lives during the year, comes together in the wrestling community to have the most fun possible. And if you've ever been to a WrestleMania, you understand that to be absolutely, completely true. WrestleMania is the event that if I'm able to go, I look forward to the most, more than any other sporting or entertainment event that I've ever been to, because it's just almost naturally all the time a completely amazing, positive experience every time I go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I've met some great people. We met the Vaz family. You know, they've been our lifelong fans and friends.
Amazing
we met people from all over the world. We've had some awesome tailgates, eaten so much food, drank a lot of beer, lost our minds.
Met Jeff Hardy dances.
Yeah.
It's a great time. So whatever you do this weekend, make sure you enjoy it with the people that you want to enjoy it with. And with that being said, let's go to the post show where I have a new game for you guys, which I think you'll enjoy.
New game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to our biggest show of the year, our WrestleMania Hollywood preview show on Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 334. Sorry, I'm your host, King Ricky Rose. You still cannot find me at Ambassador Big because I have not returned yet across all social media outlets. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, so on and so forth. Like, share, subscribe, leave us 5-star reviews. If you're listening to us, make sure you're listening to us on Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the Common Wrestling podcast, with WrestleMania's podcast coming up on Friday and Mr. Wild Peace podcast coming up on Saturday, where they will be predicting WrestleMania and everything else during WrestleMania weekend. And follow Wrestle Addict Radio social medias at Addict_Wrestle on Twitter and Wrestle Addict Radio everywhere else. WrestleMania is fun. I'm glad that the family is back together talking about this, and we'll see what happens after that. Whenever Kay will return, we'll make sure to announce it. But Will Tereshuk, how about you?
Oh man, it's gonna be a great weekend. I'm so excited. Jasmine's going to sit through Lord of the Rings extended editions all in a row in one day. Let's see if she can sit through. Let's see if she can do 2 nights.
Listen, if she can do the extended editions of all Lord of the Rings, she could do WrestleMania.
In one day, sure. Dude, I couldn't believe she did it in one sitting. I was very proud of her. Didn't ask too many questions. WrestleMania, man, we're gonna see what happens with that. So I'll keep you all posted. It's gonna be a great show. But my name is Will Tarashuk. T as in Thomas, ARASHUK. Talk with Tarashuk is going strong. My channel's kind of been very popular. If you want to say popular over the past month, views have exploded. At least from how my time exploded. So thank you. Kay Murphy, it's good to have you back. I missed you.
I missed you guys so much. I'm so happy to be back. So happy it's WrestleMania season. I feel normal again. But like the end of every show, I'm fucking hungry. So
me too.
We were talking about Chinese food. I'm fucking starving.
I cannot eat for another 2 days, so don't represent on me.
I'm sorry, Ricky, but I will be making a snack for the post show. You can find me across all social media platforms at the K Murphy, TheKae Murphy. I've been saying for like 6 months I want to change it. I still can't think of anything. So, because I just needed to not be my name anymore. So
we'll figure it out, or you'll figure it out.
New socials, TBD.
K Murph.
My nickname in high school was K Smurf.
Yeah, we can do better.
So maybe.
We can do better.
I don't know. K Smurf was an iconic era, but it's not
who knows, folks? So whatever whenever Mix Murphy comes back and Will can shut down that music, lower it a little bit, please. There we go. Whenever Mix Murphy comes back and we finish playing this god-awful song, we will return with our post-WrestleMania predictions. Maybe we'll have a new guest. It will stop blowing out my ears. And maybe we'll enjoy WrestleMania, but you know, one thing that we won't enjoy is whenever Slack comes into our chats, because fuck you, Slack. Goodbye. Good night. We'll see you next week. Gotta hate this song.
Camera right there just
I have
for
a
you.
message for you, Will.
Thank you.
Sam.
Yeah, what do you got?
Sam Oppenheim messaged me. You know Sam, who used to live in Hoboken.
Of course.
He said.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going.
He said, "Tell Will
Nearly.
never to do Ooh Chavo ever again."
Nah, hell no, man. Ooh, Chavo. No regrets.
All right, let me set up. Here we go. So we're gonna play this new game. It's gonna remind you of Is It Race as well, but it's even better. I've been seeing this a lot.
I do love Is It Race.
So we're gonna play a much friendlier version called Am I the Asshole?
Oh, that's a really good one. Oh, hell yeah, let's fucking go. That's a good one.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm scouring through the Reddit that gets updated like on a fucking daily basis, and we're gonna pick like 2 or 3 to figure out if they are actually the asshole betting based on the story. So I'm just gotta look right now. We'll wait till Kay comes back.
Oh, god damn it.
Ooh, that's a
I'm
good one.
staticky again.
Oh, that's a long one. I do like this though. Yeah, am I the... I've been seeing it a lot, but I was like, we can do this on the post show all the time. Am I the asshole?
Jesus. Fuck. It's really annoying.
Wow, these are getting pretty good. Let's see. Some of these are fucking great.
I'm looking forward to this one.
I'm very excited for this. Kay, what food did you make? Okay, can't hear us. You got the fan on, Kay?
No,
Ah. Do you hear that, Will? Is
Why?
that you or is that...
I hear the sound, but it's not me.
Is that you, Will? It's got to be Will since he's not responding to us. So, Kay, did you hear about the game we're going to play?
No.
It's going to be...
I was getting.
You're going to play this thing called Am I the Asshole?
Yeah.
I love how you're unanimous about this. Also, yeah, I'm fasting because I felt like, whatever, I wanted to give it a shot. So,
That's good. How are you feeling?
yesterday was the first day. So, the instant headache after not eating, I had to get over, but I slept and it went away.
Yeah.
So I'm doing good. I'm doing good right now. I like it, well, one, because I did some research on it, and there are some health benefits to, like, intermittent fasting or doing fasting. And about 4 days is a good amount to fast, because it kind of is like giving all the systems in your body a reset. And it helps to kill off dead cells in your body, too. So it's, and I also see it as a way to test my discipline. Because, you know, like I have been thinking about food and eating, but I just haven't. I just drink water, and that kind of suffices. And I've been keeping myself busy.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
so that's the big thing. And so far, so good. And I have the perfect way to break my fast too, because you know me, Kay. I've been doing like steak and eggs on the weekend.
Yeah.
So, I changed up my butcher box order, so I got my order in mid March, and in this order I got filet mignon.
Oh,
So
fuck yeah.
WrestleMania weekend is filet mignon and eggs.
Oh, fuck
Kick
yeah.
off my day. So I'll send you a picture, Kay.
I can't wait.
Will, are you good over there? Will cannot hear us at all. It was definitely Will, because Will just froze on us. Yes. Also, okay, I have to ask you this question because this news got released when you were since you've been away, and I know you've heard about it. Um, what are your thoughts on Goldberg being a free agent? I was talking about it with our guest last week on the show, about if Taylor, her name's Taylor, that like it would make perfect sense if Goldberg beats MJF. Goldberg comes and squashes MJF and wins the title. Cause you gotta know Goldberg is on like Tony Khan's list of people he wants. He's gotta be there. And I don't know, but Tony Khan and Goldberg and MJF sounds like a great feud. MJF is that much of an asshole that Goldberg looks like a white hot baby face. Like it's so believable. I would cry. I want to see Goldberg debut. I know you would. Oh my god, it would be great. I think we lost Will. Let's talk to him. Will said I have to import the audio from my mixer so my mic is disconnected. You also froze. Well, I'll play this with you right now and Will can come back. Because there's a bunch of them. Let me make sure Will's still connected. Oh no, Will's gone. Actually check that. He'll be back in soon. So we're going to play this game, folks. If you're still with us, especially you, Mr. Wild P and Mr. Fretz. We're going to play this game called Am I the Asshole? We're going to... Oh, I can't hear you guys, so I had to dip. Okay. So we're going to play this game called Am I the Asshole, where I'm going to read an anonymous Reddit post, and we're going to figure out if this person is indeed the asshole based on the story they tell. So you ready? So this one was posted 10 hours ago, and the title is, Am I the Asshole for not including my niece in my daughter's birthday since her parents can't afford it? Okay. She goes, so this person is a 31-year-old female, and her daughter's 8, and the female's niece is also 8, are born 10 days apart. Due to this ever since they were little, my sister-in-law, who's a 29-year-old female, has always pushed for them to have a, quote, shared birthday party. When the girls were younger, ages 1 through 4, we used to do shared birthday parties, but my husband and I realized that we were always the ones to foot the bill for everything, food, decorations, location, etc. The girls also were complete opposites. My daughter has always been more of a tomboy, while my niece is super girly. When my husband and I told the sister-in-law and my brother that we won't be doing the shared birthdays anymore, they were really upset and it started a huge fight. They said they can't afford to throw a nice birthday for my niece, but we can, so it makes sense that we pay for it since we're, quote, family. Oh, I hate that little child guilt trip there. Guilt trip and manipulation. Yeah, not gonna fly with my husband and I, so we stuck by what we said, and ever since the girls have had separate birthdays. My daughter and my husband love watching Formula One together, and she wanted to have a Formula One themed birthday this year. Sounds great. The weekend before the birthday, we had a family dinner at my parents' house. The sister-in-law, my brother, and niece were present. My parents were asking the girls if they were excited for their upcoming birthdays and if they were having parties this year. My daughter told my parents she is having a Formula One themed party this year. The sister-in-law answered for my niece and said we're not going to have a party for her because things were tight. The conversation was left there. Fast forward to this past weekend, daughter's birthday was on Saturday. We had the party and it was going great. The whole family was invited as usual and everyone was having a great time until the cake. I'm in the kitchen with my mom, sister-in-law, and a few other family friends talking. I pull the cake out to get it ready to bring out for everyone. Sister-in-law takes a look at the cake and looks confused. The sister-in-law says, "Is this the girl's birthday cake?" And the person me responded, "What do you mean the girl's? The cake is for insert daughter's name." The sister-in-law then responds, "Well, I thought since I mentioned that things are tight this year that you'd include my niece or the niece's name in the birthday." The person responded, "I understand your situation, but how come you never once mentioned this to me?" Sister-in-law says, "Well, I thought it would be common sense. Now my daughter isn't going to have any kind of celebration for her birthday this year because you and your husband are so selfish." She then stormed out of the kitchen, made a huge scene at the party outside, yelling to her husband and my niece that it's time to go, and left. Since then, she's been messaging me and my husband nonstop, trying to make us feel guilty that my niece isn't going to have a birthday party and calling us all kinds of names. I feel bad that my niece isn't going to get a birthday party. Am I the asshole for not including her even though they can't afford it? Yeah, that's it. Sorry. Yeah. And they've never helped foot the bill either any of the times before that. Mm-hmm.
As the other person, you can still contribute in some ways.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah, they can hear you now.
Can you? Okay, good.
You know what it was? Since you and Will were going on the same feed, so I just muted yours.
Oh.
But that's fine.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But no, I don't think she's the asshole at all. And I also hate the whole, like, oh, because we're family, we should do this. Listen,
No.
yeah, just because you're family doesn't mean you have to abide by any of their rules. It just means you're related by genetics.
Don't owe you shit.
What's up?
Your relatives don't owe you shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Relatives or not anybody in your immediate family, like, you still have to do you. Like, just because you're like, don't be guilt tripped just because we're family. And? I'm sorry. Like, if that makes me a hardened bastard, no. Just because you're right, Fred, just because your family is a cop-out, and it's also a form of mental manipulation. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it at all. You should always do you and live the life that you want to live with the people that you want to live it with. So,
Amen.
I'm very strongly against it because we're family shtick for a lot of reasons. For a lot of reasons. What's another one I saw? Ooh, this was posted 3 hours ago.
Read it to me while I put this in the fridge.
Okay. It says,
I can still hear you. I have headphones.
Okay, this one says, "Am I the asshole for kicking my son's girlfriend out of our house?" She has, "My husband, who's 58, and I, a 56 female, recently met her son is 24, my son's girlfriend for the first time. He's been crazy about her. Apparently, they've been dating for a year before he decided to have her meet us officially." Wow, bold. "What he's told us about her all seems great. She just got her degree, was enjoying her job, family-oriented, etc. I'm honestly just glad he's happy with her. My husband and I don't think he's ever been this into someone before, so I feel pretty bad about what I did. Last weekend, he brought her over for dinner, but now we'd been anticipating meeting her with how much our son has been gushing about her, how perfect she is, but she's the one, in his words, your 24 kid. They ring the doorbell. We open the door. She looks exactly like her pictures, which is a great start. My son is grinning ear to ear, another great start. We invite them in. She accepts my hug and a firm handshake from my husband, and then she opens her mouth.
What?
She,
Okay.
her first words is, "I'm the one your son puts his penis in."
Oh.
Bold. I will say that. Bold, especially if you don't know your audience. Um, she goes, "To be frank, I was appalled. I expected my husband to laugh. Both he and my son are jokesters, and as annoying as it can be, I love it. But this was just too much for me. Maybe I'm reserved, but of all things that she could have shared about my son, she told us that. One look at my face, and my husband knew how much I disapproved. Maybe I let my expectations get too high, and it's unfair to have them, but I reiterate, of all the things to say to her boyfriend's parents, whom she'd never met, she chose that. My son was amused at first, but when he noticed my reaction, his face dropped. I felt like he'd sold me the full package, everything he'd always been looking for in a girlfriend. I was too disturbed by the visual it put in my head, and it translated into anger. I told her to get out, and I wanted to say more about how gross it made me feel, but I fortunately left it at that. My son didn't want to go, insisting I give her another chance, but I also was too fed up and uncomfortable by this point. Even my husband, who's enjoyed his fair share of raunchy jokes, wouldn't let up. They left, and I immediately felt guilty. This was something my son had really looked forward to, and I feel like I took that away over a dumb joke. I tried calling to apologize, but he hasn't responded. My husband thinks she's the one who should apologize. I'm considering giving her another chance, but before I do, was I the asshole?
Yeah, she overreacted.
I'm leaning towards overreaction. I'm leaning really a lot towards overreaction.
Like, it's awkward as fuck. Like, and yeah, like the girlfriend shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't have been like, all right, get the fuck out of my house. Like, and kick them out just from there. Like, it's awkward as fuck, but you move forward. Especially if you know, like, that's someone that is important to your child.
Yeah. I think that's the big thing here. I mean, granted, maybe he could have said, like, hey, she's a bit of a jokester, but she should have kind of knew that. It is an overreaction, but yeah, I think you work it out, but I think it's also, it was really important to him, and she just kind of shut that down, so that trust is going to be really hard to bring back.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And she admits that her son and her husband are a bit of a jokester, so one would think that that's something he would look for in a partner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I get being old school and old fashioned, and it's a bit of a leap. Like, I wouldn't have said that, you know, when meeting someone for the first time. That's not my style. But to each their own, and I feel like you do have to give them at least let them walk in the door.
Yeah.
No, like,
And it's like, she said something like awkward, like inappropriate, but like it's not like she said something like truly like bad.
yeah,
Like, imagine if like she said like the N-word or some other slurs.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
like,
grounds for get the hell out. You know.
that would be like, all right, get out of my house. Like,
Yeah.
but making a weird joke about like, no.
Yeah.
Also, if you can't handle, even though it's awkward and weird and you don't want to hear it, if you're a grown-ass adult and you can't handle that, like, grow up. It's not ideal. Like, the girlfriend shouldn't have said that, period.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like it's not that bad where you need to kick someone out of your house.
Yeah, it's just, it's a little bit of an extreme there.
Yeah, but it's weird. Get over it. Like, and learn how to have an uncomfortable conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, learn to communicate in a more effective manner. I'm looking for a third and final one. Ooh.
Wait, can I find one?
You can. I found a good one if you don't
Hold on, where's that Twitter account?
because I'm going straight to the source from the Reddit stream, but you can definitely I have a good one here.
Hold on. Okay, you can go.
Okay. This one has got a lot of hits on Reddit, so this is why I chose it. This one
Let's
is,
hear it.
am I the asshole for canceling the birthday party I planned to throw my wife after what she did?
Oh.
Yeah. Birthday themes are a big thing here. So I, male 36, remarried after my late wife passed away. I have a son who is 15. My current wife and I have been together for 2 years. She generally has a good relationship with my son, although they tend to have some disagreements from time to time. My son has a background in arts that involve wood. Ooh, crafty. He used to help his grandfather with his woodworking and learned how to make handmade wooden items and use them as gifts. I planned a dinner party for my wife's birthday at a prestigious restaurant. The day before the party, she was cleaning my son's room and saw what he got her for her birthday, and that was a wooden tree with mine, hers, and his name on it. It's very nice. She talked with him and told him while she thought it was a sweet gift, she asked that he don't bring it to the restaurant and give it to her there. Why? No idea. When my son told me that I just had to when my son told me that I just had to call her out on it. She flat out said that she thought the gift looked ridiculous and she didn't want it to be seen in that prestigious restaurant and in front of her guests. I lost it on her and told her she should be ashamed of herself for saying this when my son was being sincere and thoughtful. She swore she wasn't ashamed nor embarrassed by his work and even said she'll take the gift, but she simply didn't want it to be seen there. I told her not to worry about it since I decided to cancel the whole thing. She went off on me, calling me unreasonable for outright canceling her birthday over such a trivial thing. I refused to keep arguing, but she threw a fit about how I ruined her birthday and made her lose respect for me and my promises. My son kept the gift since she left the house 2 days ago, and her mom has been chewing me out for my decision, and calling me an asshole for treating her daughter like this. It could be that it was not a big deal and I overreacted, but my son was feeling hurt by her request. Am I the asshole?
Yeah, but no. I wouldn't have canceled the whole party, but like, she was being a cunt. Like,
Yeah. Like,
or even if like you didn't want, this is the thing I don't understand with people. If you don't want, like she didn't want the gift to be seen at the restaurant for whatever reason, why not phrase it in a way like, keep it at the house because you don't want anything to happen to it, like something like that.
yeah, she flat out like, I don't want, like, it makes her seem so bougie and so uptight.
Like, who the fuck are you that, like, you think you're too good to receive a sweet homemade gift in a fancy restaurant?
Also, like, she's the stepmom, number one. Like, she's a stepmom. He's 15. He was obviously, that's a sign of him trying to bond. And she totally just rejected that.
Yeah.
You know? And
I think they're both assholes.
Yeah. But I can also see the fact that he was trying to defend his son. And I think he got reasonably upset and it got out of hand for him.
Yeah. I think being reasonably upset is more than acceptable, but I don't think canceling the party was necessarily the right move.
Yeah. I mean, but I still think she should probably apologize to him because, like, he's clearly upset.
She should.
Yeah, like, that sound like it was a wood figure with their names on it. That's bonding. Like, that's like what more could you want from that? You know,
Who knows?
it's technically a blended family, but yeah, I really don't think he's legit the asshole here.
I found a good one.
Yeah, let's do a final one. Because then I gotta go watch The Mandalorian.
All right. Am I the asshole for saying no to meal prepping my boyfriend's meals while I am doing chemotherapy?
Wow. Okay. Let's go.
I, 31 female, currently have a rare cancer called synovial sarcoma and have been undergoing ifosfamide chemotherapy since the beginning of January. I do 8 hours in the cancer center 5 days a week every 3 weeks. Treatments are very taxing on my body, mostly nausea and extreme fatigue among other side effects. Excuse me. My boyfriend, 24 male, asked me the night before my next chemo cycle if I would meal prep his meals for him. I was hesitant and didn't want to flat out just say no because he is very sensitive and starts arguments often. So I said it would depend on how I feel, but I thought it would be better if I did it in a week and a half when I felt recovered from this chemo cycle. He was insistent and kept asking if I could just try and wasn't taking no for an answer. For reference, he works early mornings and gets out in the early afternoon. It's not as if he is so busy he cannot do this himself. I think his point is that he still wants to be taken care of as well, which is understandable, but it's not as if I never do anything for him. Whenever he is at my place, I offer any food I have on hand, will cook meals, or make a sandwich depending on the day. I rub and massage him when we are on the couch, ask about himself and his life, etc. In other words, it's not like our entire lives are about me and my sickness. Also, I didn't straight out refuse to make his meals, I just offered to make them when I knew I would feel better. He blew up at me saying acts of service is his love language and that our relationship is one-sided. He went on and on sending angry texts. I didn't argue back too much because I'm not much for arguing. He doesn't even do that much for me. He takes out my trash when I ask him to and gives me massages when my body hurts. And I do appreciate those things. I never complain. That's it.
Dude, it's chemo. Like,
Yeah.
like I get acts of service, and that's cool and all, but this sounds like it's kind of like he's trying to do quid pro quo. Like, I did this, so you have to do this.
And I've been with people like that, and it's literally the worst.
Yeah.
But I feel like if acts of service is your love language, that means your love language is you do acts of service for other people.
Not receive it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, yeah, it's supposed to be the love language is supposed to be that you express love to somebody else, not how you receive love. That's a completely different topic.
Yes. But it seems to me like this the boyfriend doesn't understand that, so he thinks his love language is he wants people to take care of him.
Yeah, and that's not a love language, that just means you just want to be taken care of.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think she's the asshole. Like,
No, not at
most
all.
of the time I'm going to side with the person who's going through active chemo treatment.
Yeah, seriously, like you gotta fuck up.
Yeah. Like, are you out of your mind? Like, make your own meals. You're a big boy.
Yeah. Also, as someone that's 31, I would not want to be dating a 24-year-old.
Well, that's the problem right there, yeah.
Like, I feel like when you're 24, you
don't get
still
it.
don't quite understand. You don't get
Yeah.
it.
I sure as hell didn't get it when I was 24.
Oh, me neither.
I didn't get it at all. You know, yeah, that's just, ew. No, like,
I thought you liked that one.
girl, do your chemo. Like, just because I had to, like, yeah, no, yeah, that's rough. I had one, oh no, I did that one. Let's see if there's any more. Oh, that's an interesting one.
What you got?
This one's kind of dumb. It's also really long.
Let's hear it.
I don't want to read it. It's too long.
Oh, I have a short one.
Yeah, give me a short one.
Am I the asshole for telling my wife that she isn't a princess?
Oh, yeah, let's go. Let's go. I'm ready for this.
For the past several months, she has been eerily acting like a child. I understand that she's playing with our daughter, but it comes across as weird to me to the degree that she plays the role. Our daughter wanted a mini pizza, and so she asked me to make her one. And my wife said, me too, because I'm a princess too. I told her, no, you're an adult, not a princess. I'll make you one, but you're an adult. She laughed nervously and said, okay, never mind. Our daughter heard and said, Dad, Mom is a princess too. I just said, agreeing, but I didn't want to have to explain to her. I did feel bad because my wife changed out of her princess clothes too, but I don't know whether this whole ordeal makes me an asshole.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Your wife is playing with your child.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I think that's fucking sick if you're if your parent is willing to go the extra mile with you with that and dress up.
Yeah.
I remember being little. And I wanted so bad for my parents to I always wanted to do the matching family Halloween costume with my parents and me and my brother all with you. My parents never wanted to wear the costumes.
Yeah.
So when I have children, I will most definitely.
I'm gonna wear the costumes.
You're goddamn right I will be.
Yeah.
But and this is not me like complaining about my childhood or anything. Like my parents are great, but I always wanted them to like participate in that way, like kind of get on my level a little
Yeah.
bit. Because while I had fun with my parents as a kid, but like in terms of like dressing up and stuff, that was not my parents'
It's not
jam.
their MO. That's a shame.
No, my mom wasn't dressing up. My mom wasn't dressing up as a princess and like pretending to be a princess.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. All right, so here's one. I think we'll leave it at this. I'm having too much fun with this, but we will leave it at this.
Yeah,
Since Will
it's getting-
is struggling with the making of it, because we went 2 fucking hours. But here's the final one for this week. I swear. Am I the asshole for walking out during my fiance's birthday dinner over what my father and mother-in-law said?
Let's hear it.
They go, I'll preface this by saying that I'm an introvert. Although I'm in my 30s and have 2 kids, I've always struggled with being social. I have to admit that it can have a negative impact, but it's part of my personality, and I'm glad everyone around me respects that and understands. However, it says, my father and mother-in-law, whom I met after meeting my current fiance, tends to make comments about me being awkward or overly shy. She always criticizes me. Oh, my fiance's mother-in-law, not father, my fiance's mother-in-law, FMIL. Okay, fiance's mother-in-law. She always criticizes me for it, and oftentimes she would bring it up in front of everyone and make me feel anxious. My fiance's birthday was yesterday. I put lots of work and preparation in order to fit in with the family and just be chill and normal. Everything was going well till we gathered at the dinner table. My fiance's brother-in-law came to sit with us and pulled his chair too close to mine that our hips almost touched. That's awkward for anybody.
That's so close.
Yeah, I felt awkward. I got up and tried to pull my chair inches away from him. He didn't react, but his mom, his fiance's mother-in-law, was watching the whole thing and looked at me and said, "Good God, you're so uptight. I bet you made your ex-husband put a sheet over you each conception." Wow. Followed by a laugh. I was blown away completely. People actually laughed with her, and I felt so upset. I quietly got up and took my stuff and walked out. My fiancé followed me outside, saying I overreacted and ruined her birthday over, quote, a joke. I was so upset we got into a huge argument that I insisted to go home. He came back hours later yelling about how I ruined his birthday and made a scene in front of his family. He said he was sick and tired of my uptightness and that I need to loosen up and stop acting childishly. His mom called, and he's now refusing to speak to me unless I apologize to him and his mom for storming out like that, since his mom was just, in quotes, giving her opinion in a funny way, and this is how she is. Girl, you are not the asshole. Final joke. Like,
No.
you are being gaslit. And you need to go. You need to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like their family, like, does not respect their boundaries, like, in any way.
Yeah.
And they made them feel like shit about it, and that's, like, unacceptable.
Yeah. You're being gaslit and you need to get out.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, no, that's poor. Fuck that guy.
Literally fuck that guy.
Yeah. You know, but, I mean, it's a good indicator. You ruined my birthday. Yo, totally not the asshole.
No.
Yeah. Totally not the asshole there. So, yeah. Learn when people are gaslighting you, including family. And
Seriously, family can do it to you.
And get out and stand your ground and don't get suckered in with balloons and presents and pies and stuff. Yeah, stay out. Stay out, because it'll come to bite you in the ass in the long run. So
100%.
absolutely. On that note, we are going to get out of here and end this stream for all you cool kids. Enjoy WrestleMania, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Happy Mania.
Kay will probably not be back next week, but
No, I will not be back.
Will and I will be back, and we'll break it all down. See you, folks.
Bye-bye.